Chapter 2802. Duan Lingtian's principle had always been this way. He would not owe anyone a favor if he could. After all, a debt of gratitude was the most difficult debt to repay in this world. If he accepted the Duke-grade celestial weapons given by Situ Ming Yangchong and Yu Zhongjing, it would be considered a debt of gratitude. Even if Situ Ming and the other two did not think so, he would still think so. However, he could accept the Duke-grade celestial weapons given by the Tai celestial sect. At most, he would return the Duke-grade celestial weapons to the Tai celestial sect. After all, the Tai celestial sect had given him the Duke-grade celestial weapons so that he could enter the little world to search for treasures. This was at most a transaction, and it couldn't be considered as a debt of gratitude. There's still a month's time before we head to the little world left behind by the Celestial King. In this 1 month's time, I'll stop refining pills and focus on cultivating. I only hope that my cultivation base can improve in this 1 month. Although Duan Lingtian had been focusing on refining pills, he had not neglected his cultivation. Currently, he was only half a step away from becoming an Earth-rank Great Overarching Golden Celestial. For this reason, Duan Lingtian planned to break through and become an Earth-rank Great Overarching Golden Celestial before he entered the little world. I have an endless supply of Great Overarching pills to aid my cultivation. Coupled with the fact that I'm on the prominent celestial island in the Tai celestial sect's estate, my cultivation base is terrifying in the eyes of other Great Overarching Golden Celestials. After bidding farewell to Situ Ming Yangchong and Yu Zhongjing, Duan Lingtian thought to himself as they made their way back. Naturally, the 99 heavenly veins in my body are also the reason my cultivation speed is so fast. If I can successfully break through and become an Earth-rank Great Overarching Golden Celestial in a month's time, with the celestial methods and divine abilities I've mastered, my strength should be comparable to a yellow-rank Overarching Heavenly Supreme Celestial, right? If my strength is comparable to a yellow-rank Overarching Heavenly Supreme Celestial, I'll be able to protect myself in the little world even if Huan doesn't protect me. When he thought of this, Duan Lingtian looked forward to his breakthrough and become an Earth-rank Great Overarching Golden Celestial in a month's time. It was precisely because of this that Duan Lingtian remained in seclusion after he returned. He immersed himself in cultivation and focused on breaking through to become an Earth-realm Great Overarching Golden Immortal. Time quietly passed as Duan Lingtian cultivated. A month passed in the blink of an eye. During this month, the people from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect and the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect who came to Tai City for the Grand Contest of the Wasteland left Tai City with the disciples they had recruited during the Wasteland Grand Contest. After they left Tai City, they returned to their respective sections. Not long after they returned to the sect, the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland had agreed to send people into the little world left behind by the Celestial King. The small world left behind by the Celestial King was located in the center of the Wasteland, right in the middle of the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland. The encampments of the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland surrounded it like stars surrounding the moon. When the time came, a group of people swarmed out of the Tai celestial sect's estate. The people in the lead were none other than Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai celestial sect, and Tai Tai He, the former left guardian of Dharma, the supreme elder of the Tai celestial sect. Half a month ago, Tai Tai He had become the supreme elder of the Tai celestial sect. This also meant that a second supreme elder had appeared in the Tai celestial sect. The purple-clad Duan Lingtian was among the group of people from the Tai celestial sect. Next to him was a woman with peerless beauty. She was leaning close to him like a couple. She was none other than Huan, who had just come out of closed-door cultivation a few days ago. What a beautiful woman. She is the woman in the painting. However, compared to her in the painting, she's even more charming in real life. It's no wonder that Elder Huang Chao lost his life because of her. Such a beautiful woman can be considered as the femme fatale of all femme fatale. Any man would be tempted by her. Among the group of people from the Tai celestial sect were many elders and disciples who had joined the Tai celestial sect during the Wasteland Grand Contest a month ago. Although these people had heard of Huan Er's existence in the past and had seen her portrait, this was the first time they had seen her in person. They were shocked when they saw Huan Er in person. Many young powerhouses were stunned for a long time before they finally regained their senses. Huan Er, your assist-type divine ability. At this moment, Duan Lingtian did not notice the gazes of the others on Huan. He continued to communicate with Huan Er through voice transmission, helping her understand the assist-type divine ability in her inherited memory so that she would be able to master it faster. Among the divine abilities Duan Lingtian had mastered, Only the assist-type divine ability, the elementary devouring tactic, was a heaven-grade divine ability. As someone who had mastered a heaven-grade divine ability, he had some experience in this regard. Although the elementary devouring tactics grade was not as high as the assist-type divine ability in Huaner's memories, it was similar to the assist-type divine ability. However, all assist-type divine abilities had the same effect. Moreover, Huaner's comprehension of the assist-type divine ability was not deep enough. For this reason, Duanling Tian was still able to answer her questions. Huaner listened attentively and would occasionally ask questions through voice transmission so that Duanling Tian could help her. Although she noticed the gazes from the people around her, she ignored them. Her mind was completely focused on Duanling Tian. To be more precise, she was focused on the assist-type divine ability. Since Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai Celestial Sect, and Tai Tai He, the supreme elder of the Tai Celestial Sect, it only took them a day and a night to arrive at the little world left behind by the Celestial King. When they arrived, a group of people was already waiting for them. That person. Isn't he Chai Kong Yu, the sect leader of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect? Indeed, he's Chai Kong Yu, the sect leader of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. I was fortunate enough to meet him a year ago. Before Duanling Tian arrived, he could already hear the whispers of the elders from the Tai Celestial Sect. His eyes followed the elders' gazes and landed on the leader of the group. The leader of the group was a tall and burly middle-aged man with a face full of stubble. He looked unkempt, but his robe was clean and spotless. However, this unkempt man exuded a majestic aura as he stood there. This was the majestic aura of someone who had been in a high position for a long time. It was not something that could be cultivated overnight. He's Chai Kong Yu, the sect leader of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect? Duanling Tian muttered to himself as he looked at the middle-aged man. After a while, Duanling Tian could clearly feel someone's gaze on him from the group behind Chai Kong Yu. Duanling Tian shifted his gaze away from Chai Kong Yu and met the gaze of the other person. Feng Wuji Guang. As soon as their gazes met, Duanling Tian saw the owner of the gaze. It was none other than Feng Wuji Guang, the Violet Sun Golden Celestial who was younger than 100 years old, whom he had met in the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. In the Imperial Palace of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, Duanling Tian had defeated Feng Wuji Guang and prevented the 7th prince from becoming the first prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. Duanling Tian had helped Long Fei Yun, the 13th prince, to become the first prince of the selection. Even after a long time, Feng Wuji Guang's expression was still the same. It was as though nothing could affect him. I didn't expect to meet an acquaintance among the people from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. Duanling Tian raised an eyebrow. However, he was not surprised to see Feng Wuji Guang among the people from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. After all, Feng Wuji Guang was from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. The Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom was one of the high-ranked celestial kingdoms under the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. I heard that during the Wasteland Grand Contest a month ago, the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland didn't divide the Violet Sun Golden Celestials equally among the great overarching Golden Celestials. Instead, the Violet Sun Golden Celestials would belong to the Celestial Kingdom under the Celestial Sect. It seems like that's the case. For this reason, he was not surprised to see Feng Wuji Guang among the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. Sect Leader Chai. Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai Celestial Sect, called out to Chai Kong Yu, the sect leader of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect, when he and Tai Tai he approached the people from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. In just a blink of an eye, Sect Leader Bai Chai Kong Yu led the people from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect to greet the people from the Tai Celestial Sect. A few moments later, the 2 groups of people gathered together. Of course, they did not mix together. Instead, they stood face to face in the void, forming a black mass. From afar, it looked like a large dark cloud that covered the sky and the sun, causing the entire land to seem as if the sun and moon had lost their light at this moment. Sect Leader Chai, the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect is early. Bai Ping looked at Chai Kong Yu and smiled. We've just arrived as well. As soon as Chai Kong Yu finished speaking, he looked at Tai Tai He who was standing next to Bai Ping and said with a faint smile, Elder Tai, I heard you've become a 7-star Celestial Duke and the 2nd Supreme Elder of the Tai Celestial Sect. Congratulations. At the end of his speech, Chai Kong Yu congratulated Tai Tai He. Thank you, Sect Leader Chai. In the face of Chai Kong Yu's congratulations, Tai Tai He quickly thanked him. If I'm not mistaken, this must be the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Celestial Sect, right? Chapter 2803. This was Chai Kongyu's first time meeting Duan Tian. However, Duan Tian was so easily recognizable that it was difficult for him not to recognize Duan Tian. Put everything else aside, just the woman by Duan Tian's side was a peerless beauty. It was hard to find another woman like her in this world. Chai Kongyu had long heard about this woman by Duan Tian's side. Moreover, because of this woman, Ting Qing, the sect guardian of the martial dragon celestial sect, had died in the hands of the people from the Tai celestial sect. Since the Tai celestial sect had a legitimate reason to kill Duan Tian, the martial dragon celestial sect could only suffer in silence. Master Duan, this is sect leader Chai from the martial dragon celestial sect. Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai celestial sect, introduced Duan Tian to Duan Tian. Sect leader Chai. Duan Tian nodded at Chai Kongyu as a form of greeting. Master Duan, I heard that apart from being a prominent celestial alchemist, you're also a great overarching golden celestial who's not even 100 years old. I wonder if you'll be entering the little world with them? When Chai Kongyu asked Duan Tian, he glanced at the group of people who were not even 100 years old standing behind Bai Ping. These people were all Violet Sun golden celestials. 2 of them were even great overarching golden celestials. Apart from that, they had one thing in common. All of them were not even 100 years old. Since I'm already here, I naturally have to join in the fun, Duan Tian said with a smile. As soon as Duan Tian finished speaking, the people from the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect are here. Among the people from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect and the Tai Celestial Sect, many sharp-eyed people looked into the distance. At this moment, everyone, including Duan Tian, saw the group of people coming from afar. Most of the people in the group were women. There were a total of 2 people leading the group. Furthermore, they were both women. Duan Tian recognized one of the women. She was none other than Lu Yanjun, the Supreme Elder of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect. Before the Wasteland Grand Contest, Lu Yanjun and Zhou Shuqiu had come to the Tai Celestial Sect's estate to look for him. The other woman looked very young. Although she was not as beautiful as Zhou Shuqiu, she was still a rare beauty. She wore a green robe and stepped out into the air. Her loose green robe fluttered like a fairy dancing gracefully, causing her immortal robe to flutter. Zhou Shuqiu. At the same time, Duan Tian saw Zhou Shuqiu. Zhou Shuqiu followed closely beside the lady in green. They were chatting and laughing with each other as if they were sisters. Jianqiu Luo, the current sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Immortal Sect? Duan Tian could not help but speculate inwardly. When the group of people from the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect arrived, Duan Tian knew he had guessed correctly when he saw the green-clad lady greeting Bai Ping and Chai Kongyu as equals. The green-clad lady was none other than Jianqiu Luo, the sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect. She was a bona fide 7-star celestial duke. Master Duan. Zhou Shuqiu whispered into Jianqiu Luo's ear. Jianqiu Luo turned to look at Duan Tian and greeted him with a faint smile on her face. Duan Tian greeted Jianqiu Luo with a faint smile on his face. I've long heard that there's a peerless beauty by your side. I didn't believe it until today. However, now that I've seen it for myself, I have no choice but to believe it. This beauty is beautiful. Her beauty can be said to be unparalleled in the world. After a while, Jianqiu Luo turned to look at Huan who was standing next to Duan Tian and smiled. You're beautiful as well. Huan replied to Jianqiu Luo's compliment, surprising Duan Tian. Thank you, my beauty. However, compared to your beauty, my beauty is incomparable. Compared to you, I'm not even close. Everyone loved to be praised. Jianqiu Luo's eyes narrowed into crescent moons, and her face blossomed into a radiant smile. At this moment, the people from the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland finally arrived. Sect leader by sect leader Jian? Since they're here, should we send them into the little world left behind by the celestial king? Chai Kongyu, the sect leader of the martial dragon celestial sect, asked as he looked at Bai Ping and Jianqiu Luo. Yes. Bai Ping and Jianqiu Luo nodded when they heard Chai Kongyu's question. Apart from Duan Tian, the people from the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland who were going to enter the little world stood together under the sect leaders of the 3 major celestial sects. The Violet Sun Golden Celestials and Great Overarching Golden Celestials were separated. There were a total of 6 Great Overarching Golden Celestials, all men. There were a total of 52 Violet Sun Golden Celestials, and only 3 of them were women. Duan Tian was not surprised by this. Although men and women were equal in his eyes, It was true that women were not as talented as men when it came to cultivation. Naturally, this was on a large scale. In a small scale, some women were not only as talented as men, but they were also much more talented than men. Now, all of you should first hand over your spatial rings to the elders of your respective sections. The elders of your respective sects will give you another spatial ring. There's nothing in that spatial ring. As soon as Chai Kong-yu finished speaking, an elder from each of the 3 major celestial sects stepped into the air and collected the spatial rings from the 58 young powerhouses before giving them another spatial ring. The reason he did this was so that after they came out, they could properly count their gains in the small world left behind by the Celestial King. The 58 young powerhouses were already mentally prepared for this, so they did not object. Naturally, it was useless even if they wanted to. In this world where the strong were revered, although they were talented, they had yet to mature. In front of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland, they could only resign themselves to their fate. Not only are there treasures in the little world left behind by the Celestial King, but there might also be fortuitous opportunities and inheritances. These inheritances are different from the treasures that can be passed on to others. As for the treasures in the little world, your sects will give you substantial rewards based on your gains. Chai Kong-yu raised his voice as he looked at the 58 young powerhouses below the age of 100. I wonder, when I go in later, will sect leader Bai ask me to hand over my storage ring to him for safekeeping and give me another storage ring? Duan Lingtian thought to himself as he narrowed his eyes. He did not have to worry about Bai Ping taking his spatial ring since he had Huaner with him. Moreover, she could use the invisibility talisman to prevent the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland from discovering her entry and exit from the little world. Even if he handed over his spatial ring and took an empty spatial ring, he could leave it with Huan, or no matter how many treasures he obtained. As for the empty spatial ring in his hand, if he wanted to, it would still be empty when he exited the little world. Chai Kong-yu continued to say, after discussing with sect leader Bai and sect leader Jian, we've decided to select 9 violet sun golden celestials among you to explore the little world first. At the same time, Chai Kong-yu continued to say, if all 9 violet sun golden celestials die in the little world, there's no need for the other violet sun golden celestials to enter the little world. At that time, 6 great overarching golden celestials can enter. As soon as Chai Kong-yu finished speaking, whoosh, 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 whoosh. Apart from the 6 great overarching golden celestials, the expressions of the remaining 52 violet sun golden celestials changed drastically. They had long known about Chai Kong-yu's earlier words, so they were not surprised. However, they did not know about Chai Kong-yu's words at all. They thought they were going to enter the little world as a group. If that was the case, they would have to face the dangers together. Even if they died in the little world, they would accept it. However, based on Chai Kong-yu's words, it seemed like 9 violet sun golden celestials were going to explore the little world first. All of them lowered their heads when they saw Chai Kong-yu looking at them. They were afraid Chai Kong-yu would choose them to enter the little world as his guinea pigs. None of them were stupid. None of them wanted to be the first to enter the little world. We already have 9 violet sun golden celestials in mind. Chai Kong-yu did not seem to mind the violet sun golden celestials who had lowered their heads. He glanced at them indifferently and said, the 3 major celestial sects will each send 3 violet sun golden celestials. The 3 violet sun golden celestials will be the strongest among the violet sun golden celestials who joined the sects during the Wasteland Grand Contest. Chai Kong-yu continued to say, out of the 9 strongest violet sun golden celestials, each of our sects wants 3 of them. Now all of you will enter the little world first and explore the little world for the others. If all of you come out alive, we won't mistreat you. If all of you die in there, we'll compensate your families. For those who don't have families, we'll also compensate your friends and family. Upon hearing Chai Kong-yu's words, 43 of the 52 violet sun golden celestials sighed in relief. The expressions of the remaining 9 violet sun golden celestials changed drastically. Sect leader, I'd like to withdraw. Soon after, one of them stepped forward and said to Chai Kong-yu. This person was an old acquaintance of Duan Lingtian. Feng Wuji Guang? The person who stepped forward was none other than Feng Wuji Guang, who had fought with Duan Lingtian in the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom's Imperial Palace. Duan Lingtian did not expect Feng Wuji Guang to be one of the 9 strongest violet sun golden celestials who were younger than 100 years old. When Feng Wuji Guang stepped forward and said he wanted to withdraw, the other 8 violet sun golden celestials were eager to join as well. Humph. Chapter 2804. It's fine if you want to quit, Chai Kongyu snorted coldly before he spoke in a clear voice. The eyes of Feng Wuji Guang and the others brightened when they heard Chai Kongyu's words. It was as though Chai Kongyu had agreed to their request. However, their expressions changed drastically when they heard Chai Kongyu's words. Their originally bright eyes dimmed at this moment, and their mood instantly fell from heaven to hell. All 9 of you can quit as long as you can survive my attack. This was what Chai Kongyu continued. Upon hearing this, Feng Wuji Guang and the others knew Chai Kongyu was trying to stop them from quitting. What a joke. Let alone a powerful 7-star Celestial Duke like Chai Kongyu, even a casual attack from a 1 basic Celestial Duke was not something they could withstand. Fortunately, I was defeated. Otherwise, I would have been one of the top 9 Violet Sun Golden Celestials in the Wasteland Grand Contest a month ago. The Violet Sun Golden Celestial who ranked 10th in the Wasteland Grand Contest a month ago heaved a sigh of relief and rejoiced inwardly. If they're fine, I'm sure the rest of us won't be in any danger as well. If something happens to them, we won't have to leave. We'll be able to stay alive. At this moment, he was not the only one rejoicing. There were other Violet Sun Golden Celestials who were younger than 100 years old as well. Apart from the high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects, Duan Lingtian, Huana, and the 6 great overarching golden celestials who were younger than 100 years old were unaffected. The 6 great overarching golden celestials who were younger than 100 years old were very confident in their strength. The small world that only young experts under the age of 100 could enter must have been specially constructed for them. They would definitely not be in any danger once they entered it. After all, in terms of strength, they were the strongest among those younger than 100 years old in the wasteland. Now all of you will leave behind your soul pearls and relax. I'll send all of you to the entrance of the little world left behind by the Celestial King. At that time, spatial fluctuations will appear in that area. No matter what happens, don't resist. Let the energy of the little world guide you into the little world. Chai Kongyu's gaze landed on Feng Wuji Guang and the other 8 as he spoke in a clear voice. As soon as he finished speaking, Feng Wuji Guang and the others left behind their soul pearls. Whoosh! Chai Kongyu suddenly raised his hand, and a powerful gust of wind blew over Feng Wuji Guang and the others, dragging them 1,000 meters into the void. At the same time, Chai Kongyu retracted his power. Feng Wuji Guang and the rest of the 9 also froze in the void. Not good. This is the power of the small world that drew us in. As soon as Feng Wuji Guang and the others came to a stop, they felt the space around them tremble and distort. Turbulent spatial power swept towards them like a mountain torrent. The mountain torrent was unstoppable. At this moment, they only felt that they were so small and insignificant. In the distance, under the watchful eyes of Duan Lingtian and the others, Feng Wuji Guang and the others had just come to a stop when ripples appeared in the air again. The ripples continued to spread and engulfed Feng Wuji Guang and the others when they came into contact with the ripples. It was as if an invisible giant beast had opened its bloody mouth and swallowed Feng Wuji Guang and the others whole. When Feng Wuji Guang and the others disappeared from Duan Lingtian and the others' sight, the void that was trembling and distorting seemed to have returned to normal. It was as though nothing had happened. They went in? They went in just like that? After a while, the group of Violet Sun Golden Celestials who were younger than 100 years old who had not entered the little world began to discuss among themselves. Many of them felt their hearts in their mouths. I wonder if they'll survive in there. If they don't, there's no need for us to enter. If they survive, we'll be able to enter as well. We'll be able to search for treasures and fortuitous encounters along the way. Many of them felt anxious and excited at the same time. They were anxious about the dangers in the little world, but they were excited about the fortuitous encounters in there. At some point, everyone shifted their attention from the void in the distance to the 9 soul pearls that were hovering in the void. The 9 soul pearls hovered in the void without any pattern. They were hovering in the same position as the Violet Sun Golden Celestial. That's Feng Wuji Guang's soul pearl. Among the 9 Violet Sun Golden Celestials who were younger than 100 years old who had entered the little world, Duan Lingtian only recognized Feng Wuji Guang. For this reason, he was more interested in Feng Wuji Guang's soul pearl. Let's wait for a month. After a month, if none of the 9 Violet Sun Golden Celestials die, the rest of us will enter the little world. Chai Kongyu continued to speak. After a month, if any of the 9 Violet Sun Golden Celestials die, we'll wait for another month. After 2 months, if less than half of the 9 Violet Sun Golden Celestials die, the rest of us will enter the little world. After 2 months, if more than half of the 9 Violet Sun Golden Celestials die, the rest of us will have the freedom to enter the little world. After 2 months, if all of the 9 violet sun golden celestials die, there's no need for the remaining violet sun golden celestials to enter the little world. Chai Kongyu's voice reverberated in the ears of the young powerhouses who were younger than 100 years old, causing their expressions to turn grave. All of them stared intently at the 9 soul pearls hovering in the void in front of them, trying to see if the 9 violet sun golden celestials were still alive. Naturally, the group of young powerhouses who had a grave expression on their faces were the remaining violet sun golden celestials. The 6 great overarching golden celestials who were younger than 100 years old were already sitting cross-legged in the void with their eyes closed as they cultivated. It was as though they were not worried that someone would interrupt their cultivation and cause them to suffer from chi deviation. They only dared to do so because the sect leaders and supreme elders of the 3 major celestial sects were present. Under the protection of such a lineup, it was impossible for anyone to dare to go up to the wildfire and interrupt their cultivation, causing them to go berserk. At this time in a month, regardless of whether any of the 9 violet sun golden celestials die or not, I'll still enter the little world. At this moment, Duan Ling Tian sent a voice transmission to Huan and said, "When the time comes, use the invisibility talisman and follow me into the little world." "Yes, Brother Ling Tian," Huan replied. Duan Ling Tian nodded. "Before that happens, you don't have to leave. I'll attract everyone's attention when I enter the little world. At that time, use the invisibility talisman to conceal yourself and follow me into the little world. Perhaps they'll notice you're missing. However, that's not important anymore. Perhaps they'll think you've returned to the Tai Yi Celestial Sect's estate or somewhere else after I entered the little world," Duan Ling Tian said to Huan through voice transmission. After that, Duan Ling Tian sat down cross-legged and closed his eyes to cultivate. Although the cultivation environment here was ordinary and he could not use Huan divine crystal to cultivate, Duan Ling Tian did not slack off at all. He was fully focused on his cultivation. "It's only been a few days since I broke through and became an Earth-rank great overarching golden celestial. My foundation is still unstable, so I'll make use of this 1 month to cultivate properly and temper the celestial origin energy in my body to stabilize my cultivation base." This was Duan Lingtian's goal for the next month. A few days ago, Duan Lingtian's cultivation base had improved by leaps and bounds. He had successfully become an Earth-rank great overarching golden celestial. While Duan Lingtian sat down cross-legged to cultivate, Huan followed suit and sat down cross-legged as well. The high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland also sat down cross-legged and closed their eyes. Some people were resting with their eyes closed. As for others, they were cultivating. After a few days, the anxious violet sun golden celestials finally calmed down. Some of them also sat down cross-legged and closed their eyes to meditate or cultivate. As time passed, more and more people joined the ranks of those who had their eyes closed. Time flew by like a white steed flitting by a crack. In just a blink of an eye, another month had passed. "They're all alive and well?" After a month, Duan Ling Tian was the first to open his eyes. With just a glance, he saw the soul pearls of Feng Wuji Guang and the other violet sun golden celestials were still intact. None of their soul pearls were shattered. This meant the 9 violet sun golden celestials were still alive and well in the little world. After a while, the high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland opened their eyes one after another. "They're all alive?" A wide smile appeared on their faces when they discovered the 9 violet sun golden celestials were still alive. After all, this meant the violet sun golden celestials were able to make a difference in the little world. After all, the remaining violet sun golden celestials would be able to bring more benefits to their sections. "Huan, prepare to use the invisibility talisman and follow me." Duan Ling Tian sent a voice transmission to Huan who had also opened her eyes. Then he flew toward the void that was 1,000 meters away. A month ago, Feng Wuji Guang and the other violet sun golden celestials had disappeared into that void. That void was the entrance to the little world left behind by the celestial king. "Master Duan. It's the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect who's not even 100 years old." Duan Lingtian's actions immediately attracted the attention of the high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects. Chapter 2805. When Duan Lingtian made his move, Duan Lingtian's figure blurred into a blur. Huan silhouette gradually turned illusory and disappeared without a trace. It was as though she had never appeared in the first place. Since everyone's attention was on Duan Lingtian, they did not notice Huan disappearance. Naturally, Huan had not truly disappeared. She had used the celestial talisman, the invisibility talisman, that the mysterious young man with the surname Pei had given to Duan Lingtian. She had concealed her aura and was following Duan Lingtian like a shadow. Soon after, the duo made their way to the void in front of them. Huan hold on tight to my hand. Before they arrived at the void, Duan Lingtian turned his right hand slightly to the right as he called out to Huan. After a while, Duan Lingtian felt something soft wrapped around his right hand. Naturally, he still could not see anything. Sect leaders, I'll be going in first. After bidding farewell to the sect leaders of the three major celestial sects of the wasteland, Duan Lingtian and Huan flew into the void where Feng Wuji Guang and the others had disappeared. As soon as they entered the void in front of them became even more turbulent. In just a blink of an eye, Duan Lingtian and Huan who were still invisible were engulfed by the spatial energy. The spatial energy surged out like a torrent, engulfing Duan Lingtian and Huan who were invisible. Naturally, in the eyes of the group of people in the distance, they only saw Duan Lingtian disappearing into the void 1,000 meters away. Master Duan has gone in. The high-ranking officials of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, led by Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, and Tai Tai He, the supreme elder of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, frowned when they saw Duan Lingtian disappearing into the void. Now they didn't think that Duan Lingtian would be in danger. After all, even the 9 purple sun golden immortals were fine after entering that small world, let alone Duan Lingtian, a Daluo golden immortal. 9 violet sun golden celestials are still safe and sound after entering the little world left behind by the celestial king for a month. This means that violet sun golden celestials and above can survive in the little world. As long as they can survive in there, they can find all kinds of treasures for the sect and even obtain some opportunities and inheritances. The people from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect were not the only ones who had such thoughts. Even the people from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect and the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect felt the same way. Now, according to what I said a month ago, as long as the 9 violet sun golden celestials are still alive, the rest of us will enter the minor world. Chai Kong Yu, the sect leader of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect, said loudly. I didn't expect them to still be alive. Why didn't I go in first? If the 9 of them entered a month earlier than us, they would have a higher chance of obtaining all kinds of treasures. If only I ranked among the top 9 violet sun golden celestials in the Wasteland Grand Contest a month ago, I would have been able to enter earlier. As soon as Chai Kong Yu finished speaking, a commotion broke out among the violet sun golden celestials who were younger than 100 years old. Based on their words, they wished they were among the 9 people who entered the little world a month ago. However, it seemed as though they had forgotten about the matter. A month ago, when the 9 people were selected to enter the little world, they had all lowered their heads in unison. None of them wanted to be the first to enter the little world. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. The sound of wind whistling rang in the air as the 6 great overarching golden celestials who were younger than 100 years old flew into the void 1,000 meters away from the violet sun golden celestials who were younger than 100 years old. In just a blink of an eye, the void trembled as the 6 great overarching golden celestials were sucked into the void by the spatial energy. Let's go. It's time for us to enter as well. After the 6 great overarching golden celestials who were younger than 100 years old left, the group of violet sun golden celestials who were younger than 100 years old also made their moves and entered the little world that was left behind by the great overarching golden celestials. They've all gone in. At this moment, only the high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland were left outside. The higher-ups of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland did not leave after the young powerhouses entered the small world. Instead, they either stayed where they were, sat cross-legged, closed their eyes to rest, or cultivated. Where's Miss Huaner, who's always with Master Duan? At this moment, an elder of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect discovered that someone was missing from the group of people from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect. Miss Huaner? The high-ranking officials of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect began to look left and right. They even extended their divine consciousness, but they could not find the person they were looking for. Sect Leader Chai, Sect Leader Jian? Did any of you notice when Miss Huaner left? Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, grew anxious when he saw Huaner had disappeared. He was worried something might have happened to her. He was not worried about Huaner's safety. He was worried that if something happened to Huaner, Duan Lingtian would leave the Tai Yi Celestial Sect out of anger. It would be a great loss to the Tai Yi Celestial Sect. It was not something he wanted to see. No. I didn't see her. The sect leader of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect and the sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect began to ask the people around them. Elder Xiao, Elder Qi, both of you go back to the sect and see if Miss Huaner has returned. Bai Ping looked at the two elders of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect and said, if you're sure Miss Huaner has returned, report to me immediately. Yes, sect leader. The two elders of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect nodded and left. Meanwhile, Duan Lingtian was unaware that the people outside had discovered Huaner's disappearance. He was also unaware that the sect leader of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect was so anxious about Huaner's disappearance that he had ordered the two elders to return to the Tai Yi Celestial Sect's estate to see if Huaner had returned. So this is the little world left behind by a celestial king? This was not the first time Duan Lingtian had entered a little world left behind by a celestial king. Previously, he had entered a little world left behind by a celestial king from the blissful sect with Murong Bing from the compassionate celestial traveler sect. However, he could not help but feel excited when he entered the little world left behind by a celestial king. After all, this was a little world left behind by a celestial king. Huan. At the same time, Duan Lingtian turned to look at the person beside him. If it wasn't for the fact that he could feel a soft and slender hand in his right hand, he wouldn't have believed that there was someone beside him. Because there was nothing around him and he couldn't see a single trace of anything. Swoosh. All of a sudden, a gust of wind blew past, and a figure appeared in the void beside Duan Lingtian. Although it was only an illusory figure, the charm it contained when it was formed still caused everything around it to be overshadowed. After a few moments, Huan appeared next to Duan Lingtian. Her left hand was intertwined with Duan Lingtian's right hand as she leaned against Duan Lingtian. Brother Lingtian, is this the little world left behind by a celestial king? Huan blinked her bright eyes and looked around curiously. Her beautiful face was also filled with curiosity and curiosity. Yes. Duan Lingtian nodded. At the same time he began to study his surroundings as well. The two of them were hovering above a boundless lake that was shrouded in white clouds. If one did not look closely, one would not even notice that they were above a lake. Mystical Yang 9 Water Chestnut Ring. Duan Lingtian raised his hand and a ring appeared in his hand. This ring was completely different from an ordinary ring. There were a total of 9 water chestnuts around it, and they were all of different shapes. It looked very strange. The ring was fiery red, but it was not dyed red. It was the color of the material used to make the ring. This celestial weapon was the royal grade celestial weapon that the mysterious young man with the surname Pei had given him. A royal grade celestial weapon was superior to a king grade celestial weapon. In the wasteland, only the Tai Yi Celestial Sect possessed a king grade celestial weapon. The three major celestial sects of the wasteland had gone to great lengths to recruit a group of young powerhouses below the age of 100 to enter the little world to search for king grade celestial weapons. Based on this, one could easily imagine how precious a king grade celestial weapon was. Let alone a royal grade celestial weapon that was superior to a king grade celestial weapon. One could imagine this. If Duan Lingtian's royal grade celestial weapon, the mystical Yang 9 Water Chestnut Ring, was exposed to the high-ranking officials of the three major celestial sects of the wasteland, they would not hesitate to kill him to obtain the royal grade celestial weapon. Even Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, who was usually polite to Duan Lingtian, could not resist the temptation of a royal grade celestial weapon. He would not hesitate to attack Duan Lingtian for the sake of a royal grade celestial weapon. There's no reaction. After a while, Duan Lingtian put the mystical Yang 9 Water Chestnut Ring away. He wanted to see if there was any reaction from the mystical Yang 9 Water Chestnut Ring. The mysterious young man with the surname Pei had told him that the mystical Yang 9 Water Chestnut Ring would not be affected. As long as the mystical E9 Water Chestnut Ring was nearby, the mystical Yang 9 Water Chestnut Ring would react. The mysterious young man with the surname Pei had asked Duan Lingtian to look for the mystical E9 Water Chestnut Ring in the little world. It was a royal grade celestial weapon. Chapter 2806. Brother Lingtian, where should we go now? Huan asked Duan Lingtian as she blinked her beautiful eyes. Not only did the curiosity in her eyes not disappear, but it had also deepened. Let's pick a direction first. According to Brother Pei, this place is dangerous. If one's strength is below that of an overarching heavenly supreme celestial, it'll be difficult for them to survive here. Duan Lingtian's eyes flashed as he said, "Naturally, we don't have to worry about that." Duan Lingtian could not help but sigh as soon as he finished speaking. Initially, when the three major celestial sects of the wasteland decided to send the 9 violet sun golden celestials to explore the little world, he had heaved a sigh of relief. He thought the deaths of the 9 Violet Sun Golden Celestials would serve as a warning to the remaining 40 or so Violet Sun Golden Celestials. He did not expect the 9 Violet Sun Golden Celestials who had entered the little world would still be alive after a month had passed. At that time, Duan Lingtian knew that the little world was doomed. The remaining Violet Sun Golden Celestials would not be able to escape this calamity. It was not that he did not want to warn the sect leaders of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland that the little world was dangerous. Even great overarching golden celestials would not be able to survive in this little world. It was just that he could not bring himself to say it. If he had brought himself into the little world, others would think he had done it on purpose to take all the treasures and legacies in the little world for himself. Naturally, he could also reveal that Huan was younger than 100 years old and that only overarching heavenly supreme celestials who were younger than 100 years old could survive in the little world. He could also say that he needed Huan protection to survive in the little world. However, if he did that, it would put Huan in danger. Moreover, even if he did that, the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland might not believe him. For this reason, he decided to remain silent and watch the situation unfold. Before he entered the little world, he had confirmed that Feng Wuji Guang and the other 8 Violet Sun Golden Celestials who had entered the little world were still alive. He knew the remaining Violet Sun Golden Celestials would not be able to survive, let alone the 6 great overarching Golden Celestials who were younger than 100 years old. However, even though he knew, there was nothing he could do. The only thing he could do now was to stay alive with Huan and help the mysterious young man with the surname Pei find the royal grade celestial weapon, the mystical E9 water chestnut ring. At the same time, he wanted to see if he could obtain any inheritance or treasures. Huan, where should we go first? Duan Lingtian looked at Huan. Big brother Lingtian, I don't know. Huan shook her head. I know you don't know. I don't know either. Just point in any direction. Duan Lingtian said with a smile. Then let's go this way first. Duan Lingtian said as she pointed in the direction she was facing. Okay, let's go this way. Duan Lingtian nodded. Then, the 2 of them set off in the direction she had pointed out. Wherever he went, the clouds above the vast lake beneath his feet would ripple again. It was as if a cloud path had been forcefully created. About a quarter of an hour after they set off. All of a sudden Huan came to a halt as though she had sensed something. Huan what's wrong? Duan Lingtian came to a halt as well when he saw Huan coming to a halt. He looked at Huan in confusion. Before Huan could say anything, he abruptly turned his head and looked straight ahead. This was because, at this moment he also felt that something was amiss in front of him. All of a sudden, boom, rumble. A series of thunderous booms rang in the air. The sound grew louder and louder. At this moment, Duan Lingtian could clearly see something. A flock of birds appeared behind the clouds in front of them. Each of these birds was the size of a small mountain. When more than 100 of them gathered together, they looked like a dark cloud that blotted out the sun. What kind of celestial beasts are these? Duan Lingtian narrowed his eyes and saw the appearance of this group of birds. They were birds that looked similar to eagles, but they were much larger. Moreover, their eyes were covered with a layer of scarlet light. Buzz, 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 buzz. Their wings were as sharp as blades as they whistled through the air toward Duan Lingtian and Huan. Wherever their wings passed, they would leave behind streaks of saber rays. There was also their pair of sharp claws. Each of their claws was shining with a frightening sharpness, as if they could tear apart everything. These birds, the weakest among them are yellow sun golden celestials while the strongest are blue sun golden celestials. After Duan Lingtian extended his divine consciousness, he discovered the cultivation bases of the hundreds of birds that were charging toward them. Even an indigo sun golden celestial would have no choice but to avoid such a flock of birds. I'm afraid only a violet sun golden celestial or stronger would be able to face them head-on, Duan Lingtian thought to himself. While Duan Lingtian was muttering inwardly, a voice suddenly rang out. T, 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 t. Before Duan Lingtian could react, a powerful icy aura surged out from Ker's body like a bolt of lightning. It was as though the entire sky had been frozen in just a blink of an eye. By the time Duan Lingtian returned to his senses, the 100 overflying beasts that were charging at him menacingly had already been shrouded by the powerful icy cold aura, and all of them had turned into ice sculptures. In just a blink of an eye, the 100 birds that had been turned into ice sculptures lost all signs of life. However, even though they had turned into ice sculptures, they were still dragged along by inertia until they were less than 100 meters away from Duan Lingtian and Huan before they fell into the lake. Soon after, Duan Lingtian heard the sound of something falling into the lake. Clearly, it was the sound of the 100 birds that had been turned into ice sculptures falling into the lake. In just a blink of an eye, all 100 birds had been killed. From the beginning until the end, Huan did not even lift her hand. Huan the next time we encounter an attack, don't make a move unless I'm not strong enough to fend them off. I haven't had a proper battle since I've raised my cultivation base. Duan Lingtian smiled wryly as he said, I can handle it. Leave it to me. I just don't want Brother Lingtian to tire himself out. When Huan saw the wry smile on Duan Lingtian's face, she thought Duan Lingtian was blaming her. She pouted, feeling wronged. Huan don't misunderstand. Brother Lingtian isn't blaming you. When Duan Lingtian saw the tearful expression on Huan's face, he knew she had misunderstood his intentions. He quickly explained, I only wanted to practice with the celestial beast that I can deal with. I don't blame you for attacking. Really? Huan asked earnestly as she looked at Duan Lingtian. Of course it's true. Duan Lingtian nodded. As soon as Duan Lingtian nodded, bang. A deafening sound suddenly came from the lake under the clouds. Bang, 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 bang. After the first explosion, another series of explosions rang in the air. At this moment, Duan Lingtian could clearly feel a powerful aura emanating from the lake. At this moment, a powerful aura that was not inferior to the flying celestial beast that Huaner had killed earlier could be sensed from the clouds. Brr, brr. After a while, the clouds beneath Duan Lingtian and Huaner's feet began to ripple before they began to disperse. At the same time, figures as huge as mountains appeared before Duan Lingtian and Huaner's eyes. These celestial beasts are all indigo sun golden celestials. Duan Lingtian narrowed his eyes as he looked at the 13 beasts that had risen into the air. He thought to himself, even an ordinary violet sun golden celestial would have to avoid them. Those below the violet sun golden celestial realm would definitely die if they encountered them. I didn't expect to encounter such a group of powerful celestial beasts as soon as we enter this little world. As Duan Lingtian thought to himself, the 13 beasts that were glaring at him and Huaner with bloodshot eyes began to move. Whoosh! A gust of wind blew past and Duan Lingtian disappeared from his spot. Swoosh! 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 The sound of sword whistling rang in the air as blood spurted out from the bodies of the 13 beasts. In just a blink of an eye, their bodies were riddled with holes. Swoosh! After half a breath's time, Duan Lingtian's figure reappeared, but he had returned to his original spot. Roar! Awu! At this moment, the 13 beasts that were riddled with holes finally breathed their last before they fell from the sky. This time, a series of splashes rang in the air. This time it was much louder than the previous splashes. Huan let's continue in that direction. After killing the 13 beasts, Duan Lingtian beckoned Huan to continue forward. Even before Duan Lingtian became a great overarching golden celestial, it was easy for him to kill the 13 celestial beasts, let alone now that he had become an earth-rank great overarching golden celestial. For this reason he did not think much of killing the 13 celestial beasts that were indigo sun golden celestials. It was just a casual matter. Meanwhile, Duan Lingtian and Huan continued to move forward. Near the only entrance to the small world, the high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland, regardless of whether they were cultivating or resting, opened their eyes one after another. Their expressions changed drastically. And all of this was because of 3 crisp cracking sounds that rang out one after another. Crack, crack, crack. After the cracking sounds rang in the air, the high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland clearly saw the 3 celestial beasts' soul pearls. The soul pearls of 3 of the 9 violet sun golden celestials who were the first to enter the little world shattered one after another in just a breath's time. Not only that, but their soul pearls had also turned into dust and scattered with the wind. Chapter 2807. There were 3 people from the Tai celestial sect, the martial dragon celestial sect, and the thousand spiders celestial sect. Now 3 soul pearls had shattered. The soul pearls belonged to the people from the martial dragon celestial sect. How did this happen? What a coincidence. Not only did the violet sun golden celestials who were younger than 100 years old die in the little world, but all of them were from the martial dragon celestial sect. Isn't this too much of a coincidence? Is it possible that the 9 of them discovered some sort of inheritance or treasure at the same time and the 3 groups of people didn't have enough to share, so 2 of them joined forces and killed the 3rd group of people? You're saying the 6 Violet Sun Golden Celestials from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect and the 1,000 Spiders Celestial Sect joined forces and killed the 3 Violet Sun Golden Celestials from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect? Yes. The elders from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect discussed among themselves as they looked at the people from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect and the 1,000 Spiders Celestial Sect. It was as though they were certain the people from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect and the 1,000 Spiders Celestial Sect had killed the 3 people from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. Tai He, the former left guardian of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect and the current supreme elder of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, scoffed when he heard their discussion. It's best if you don't have any evidence. Who knows if the 3 people from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect were unlucky and died in there? Upon hearing Tai He's words, the elders from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect had no choice but to shut their mouths. It was just as Tai He had said. Without evidence they could only speculate. Time continued to pass by. In just a blink of an eye, half a month had passed. Damn it. The 6 Violet Sun Golden Celestials from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect and the 1,000 Spiders Celestial Sect are still alive. They're still alive even after staying in there for 1.5 months. I'm sure they must have obtained a lot of benefits. I wonder if they managed to obtain a King-grade celestial weapon? King-grade celestial weapon? That's impossible. King-grade celestial weapons are extremely precious. Even if there are King-grade celestial weapons in the little world, it shouldn't be easy to obtain them, right? I agree. For the past 2 weeks, the elders of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect had been hoping that something would happen to the 6 Violet Sun Golden Celestials from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect and the 1,000 Spiders Celestial Sect who entered the little world. Evidently, the 6 of them were still alive and well. This made them a little depressed. After all, the person who entered first would definitely have the advantage. Whether it was the opportunity, the inheritance, or the various treasures, they would definitely be the first to come into contact with them. Perhaps, the 6 of them had obtained many treasures from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect and the 1,000 Spiders Celestial Sect, including King-grade celestial weapons. Wang Bin is dead. The expression of one of the elders from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect changed drastically. At the same time, he raised his hand, revealing a pile of soul pearls in his hand. Wang Bin, isn't that the young man you accepted as your disciple 2 months ago? Another elder from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect asked with narrowed eyes. Yes. The elder from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect nodded. His expression turned even more unsightly as he said, after I accepted him as my disciple, I asked him to leave a soul pearl with me. I didn't expect him to die in the little world half a month after entering. Although Wang Bin's strength wasn't the strongest among the Violet Sun Golden Celestials who entered the little world, he's definitely one of the strongest. However, he died in just half a month? The elder from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect muttered in shock. It seems like strength isn't everything in the little world. Luck is also very important. For example, among the Violet Sun Golden Celestials who entered the little world with Wang Bin, there were many who were weaker than him. As soon as the elder from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect finished speaking, someone from the 1,000 Spiders Celestial Sect chimed in, that's not necessarily true. After all, we don't have the soul pearls of many of the Violet Sun Golden Celestials who entered the little world half a month ago. Without their soul pearls we wouldn't know even if they died. Most of the Violet Sun Golden Celestials who were younger than 100 years old had joined the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland. However, only a small number of them had joined the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland. Most of them hoped to stay in the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland for a period of time so that they could cultivate with the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland's resources. Most of them hoped to stand out in the future and be accepted by the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland. For this reason, most of the high-ranking officials from the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland did not have the soul pearls of the Violet Sun Golden Celestials who entered the little world half a month ago. In any case, someone from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect died. Some of the elders from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect gloated when they saw someone from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect had died. However, before they could rejoice in Li Ji's misfortune, another elder from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect cried out in despair, Li Ji. A moment later, a fragment of a soul orb appeared in his hand. The soul orb in his hand belonged to one of the Violet Sun Golden Celestials from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect who had entered the Wasteland Grand Contest. That person had become his direct disciple after the Wasteland Grand Contest had ended. And now, that personal disciple of his had actually died. He had died in the little world. Li Ji. Li Ji. Isn't he the person who ranked 11th among the Violet Sun Golden Celestials in the Grand Contest of the Wasteland? He's so strong but he still died? Li Ji is much stronger than Wang Bin. I didn't expect him to die in there as well. It seems like the little world is very dangerous. Even a Violet Sun Golden Celestial might not be able to escape unscathed. After another Violet Sun Golden Celestial from the Martial Dragon Celestial sect died, the high-ranking officials from the three major celestial sects of the Wasteland's expression turned grave. At this moment, they realized the little world left behind by a celestial king was not as simple as it seemed. Half a month passed in just a blink of an eye for people from the Devata realms. In just a blink of an eye, another half a month had passed. During this time, a few more Violet Sun Golden Celestials from the three major celestial sects of the Wasteland had died. Up until now, almost all of the Violet Sun Golden Celestials who had entered the mini-world and left behind soul orbs had died. Apart from 6 of the 9 people who entered the little world earlier, there were no Violet Sun Golden Celestials. There were 3 people from the Tai Yi Celestial sect and the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect. The 6 soul pearls hovering in the air were particularly eye-catching. All of a sudden, crack. A crisp sound rang in the air, causing the high-ranking officials from the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland to be shocked. Then they turned to look at the 6 soul pearls hovering in the air in unison. Out of the 6 soul pearls that had lasted for 2 months, another one had shattered. It's someone from the Tai Yi Celestial sect. The soul pearl belonged to one of the 3 people from the Tai Yi Celestial sect who had entered the little world earlier. Crack, 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 crack. After the crisp sound rang in the air, another 4 crisp sounds rang in the air. The soul pearls of the 3 people from the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect and the Tai Yi Celestial sect had shattered. At this moment, only one of the 9 Violet Sun Golden Celestials who had entered the little world earlier was still alive. Moreover, he was from the Tai Yi Celestial sect. What's going on? The high-ranking officials of the Tai Yi Celestial sect, including Bai Ping, the sect leader, had an unsightly expression on their faces. So far, among the Violet Sun Golden Celestials who were sent into the little world by the Tai Yi Celestial sect, only one was still alive except for those who did not have soul pearls. That soul pearl. It seems to belong to Feng Wuji Guang, the Violet Sun Golden Celestial who's not even 100 years old. Tai Tai He, the former left guardian of Dharma and the current supreme elder of the Tai Yi Celestial sect, said, "They're all dead. What's going on?" At this moment, the expressions of the high-ranking officials from the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect were even more unsightly than the high-ranking officials from the Tai Yi Celestial sect. After all the Violet Sun Golden Celestials from the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect were dead. On the other hand, at least one person from the Tai Yi Celestial sect was still alive. Currently, the only Violet Sun Golden Celestial who's still alive is from the Tai Yi Celestial sect. He's Feng Wuji Guang from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. I think the remaining Violet Sun Golden Immortals whom we can't determine with our soul orbs are most likely dead. I agree. Even if the remaining Violet Sun Golden Celestials are still alive, I'm afraid they won't live for long. I didn't expect the little world to be so dangerous. Even Violet Sun Golden Celestials can't survive. The deaths of so many Violet Sun Golden Celestials made the high-ranking officials from the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland realize how terrifying the little world was. If they had known this from the beginning, they would not have allowed the remaining Violet Sun Golden Celestials to enter the little world. If only we'd let the 9 Violet Sun Golden Celestials explore the little world for 2 months before we let the remaining Violet Sun Golden Celestials enter. With this, almost all the genius celestials under the age of 100 from the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland are dead. 1 month is not a short time. Who would have thought the true danger of the little world is yet to come? Fortunately, the 2 great overarching golden celestials from the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect are still alive. The 2 great overarching golden celestials from the Martial Dragon Celestial sect are still alive. The high-ranking officials from the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland sighed as they looked at the sect leaders of the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland. 2 soul pearls hovered next to the sect leaders of the Martial Dragon Celestial sect and the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect. Chapter 2808. The soul pearls of the 2 great overarching golden celestials from the Martial Dragon Celestial sect and the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect who had entered the little world were safe and sound. This meant they were safe and sound in the little world. Naturally, they were not completely safe. At the very least, they were safe. The 2 great overarching golden celestials from the Tai Yi Celestial sect and the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi Celestial sect, Duan Lingtian, are still alive. The high-ranking officials from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect and the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect looked at Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect. There were 3 soul pearls hovering in the air next to Bai Ping. There was 1 on the left and 2 on the right. The 2 soul pearls on his right were the soul pearls of the 2 great overarching golden celestials under the age of 100 who were recruited by the Tai Yi Celestial Sect during the Wasteland Grand Contest. As for the soul pearl on the left, it belonged to the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, Duan Lingtian. Since the 3 soul pearls were fine, it meant the 3 great overarching golden celestials were safe. As great overarching golden celestials, they're much stronger than Violet Sun golden celestials. Violet Sun golden celestials might have perished in there, but it doesn't mean they'll suffer the same fate. A great overarching golden celestial is much stronger than a Violet Sun golden celestial. They might be able to enter the little world unhindered, but for Violet Sun golden celestials, every step they take will be difficult. That's right. Although the Violet Sun golden celestials are almost completely annihilated, the 3 great overarching golden celestials should be fine. I wonder how they're doing now. After struggling to accept the fact that almost all the Violet Sun golden celestials who had entered the little world had been wiped out, the senior officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland began to look forward to the performance of the great overarching golden celestials who were not even 100 years old. At this moment, they had placed all their hopes on the great overarching golden celestials. Inside the little world, the originally silent mountain range turned into a group of volcanoes after it suddenly erupted with flames that seemed to be able to cover the sky and cover the earth. The originally verdant mountain range was now not only barren, but also filled with a fiery red color. One could even smell the burning smell in the air. Scorching heat filled every corner of the little world. Thank you. In the sky above this fiery red continuous mountain range, there was a young man with a cold expression. He wore a black robe and seemed to have a coffin face. However, he was thanking a beautiful figure not far away with a lingering fear in his heart. The woman was dressed in a thin white robe. Her beautiful cheeks were as if they were sculpted by the most outstanding craftsman in the world, combining all the features of beauty in order to create them for her. A normal man would find it hard to look away from her at first sight. In addition, this woman in white, other than a faint allure, there was also a purity that contradicted the allure, giving people a feeling that she had not experienced much of the world. She was like a young girl who had just grown up and walked out of her boudoir. You don't have to thank me. If you want to thank someone, thank Big Brother Ling Tian. He was the one who asked me to save him. The white-clothed woman's gaze was indifferent in the face of the black-robed young man's thanks. Her ethereal body moved, and she arrived next to a purple-clothed young man nearby. She leaned against his side and naturally extended her hand to hold his arm. Duan Lingtan, I'll remember this favor. If I, Feng Wuji Guang, am able to get out of here alive, I'll definitely repay this favor of yours. Upon hearing the woman in white's words, the black-clad young man shifted his gaze to the purple-clad young man. Although he still had a cold expression on his face, a hint of gratitude could be seen in his eyes. Apart from that, there was also a hint of gratitude in his eyes. Gentle reminder, key left and right, turn back and forth, up and down, scroll up and down, enter key, return to list, shortcut key, enter, the content is uploaded by a netizen. Only storage space is provided. If it violates your rights, please contact us immediately to delete it. Chapter 2809. Bang. With a loud roar, the stone golem stomped on the ground and rose into the air. Sand and pebbles flew in all directions. It was a terrifying sight to behold. After kicking off the ground, it swung its right arm and swept out horizontally. Whoosh. His celestial origin energy surged and condensed before it swept out like a dragon, causing the air to tremble. Wherever it passed, the air seemed to be sucked dry as it charged toward Duan Lingtian. This stone golem's seemingly inconspicuous casual wave contains the celestial origin energy of an Earth-rank great overarching golden celestial. It even contains the profundity of a celestial method and divine ability. A little world created by a celestial king is indeed not simple. After discovering this, Duan Lingtian did not dare to be careless. His celestial origin energy surged as he cast various divine abilities and the profundity of the supreme sword Dao mental cultivation method, the sovereign heart sword. He used his celestial origin energy to form a sword to meet the stone golem's menacing right arm. Swoosh, 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 swoosh. The celestial origin energy condensed into swords and transformed into a sword array that swept out like a rain of swords. The swords weaved into a net that enveloped the stone golem's right arm as though they were trying to bind it. With the strength this stone golem has displayed, I should be able to suppress him even without using a celestial weapon. Duanling Tian, who had a calm expression, thought to himself when he saw the sword net formed by the sword formation was about to touch the stone golem's right arm. However, at this moment, a scene that exceeded Duanling Tian's expectations appeared. A dazzling jade-green light suddenly rose from the stone golem's right arm before it merged with the celestial origin energy and unleashed an even more powerful force. This force was even stronger than the force Duanling Tian had displayed. Boom. Rumble. After the jade-green light mixed with the celestial origin energy, the stone golem's strength skyrocketed to a terrifying level. When it swept out, it easily destroyed Duanling Tian's sword formation. Moreover, it continued to sweep toward Duanling Tian without slowing down at all. Not good. After his sword array was broken, Duanling Tian finally reacted. His face sank. At the same time, he realized that he had been too careless. However, even if he knew that he had been careless and wanted to activate the 7 orifices exquisite sword in his body, it was still too late. He didn't have enough time to block the stone golem's fierce attack. I was careless. Duanling Tian sighed inwardly as he suppressed the thought of using the 7 orifices exquisite sword. He knew that even if he activated the 7 orifices exquisite sword now, it would be too late. However, even though he knew that it was too late to activate the 7 orifices exquisite sword, he did not show any signs of despair, because he knew that he would be fine. Brother Ling Tian. Just as Duanling Tian sighed inwardly, Huaner's voice rang out. As her voice rang out, a cold aura spread out from the void. It was as if the ice goddess had descended to the earth. The saber rays that were condensed from ice interweaved into a saber net that shielded Duanling Tian. Boom. The stone golem's right arm slammed into the saber net, but it only caused the saber net to tremble slightly. In the next moment, the saber rays on the saber net shone with a cold blue light that grew brighter and brighter. In the end, it overshadowed the white and green light on the stone golem's right arm and destroyed it. A few moments later, the sound of something being sliced apart rang in the air. When the cold blue light disappeared, the stone golem that looked like a huge pagoda was sliced into tens of thousands of pieces in just a blink of an eye. Apart from the black rocks, there were also pieces of flesh and internal organs that had been frozen into ice. Clearly, the stone golem was not a pure stone golem. It had a body of flesh and blood under its stone exterior. Tens of thousands of pieces of rock and frozen flesh and internal organs fell to the ground, stirring up sand and dust. Both Duanling Tian and Huaner's eyes did not linger on the desert for long. Soon enough, they shifted their attention to the spot where the stone golem was hovering in the air. At this moment, a green whip that shone with a green light could be seen hovering in the air. The green light on the whip was fading. After a while, the green light completely disappeared as though it had merged with the whip. After the green light merged with the whip, it seemed to have lost its support and fell to the ground. Swoosh. Huan erased her hand and used an invisible energy to pull the whip over. She held it in her hand and handed it to Duanling Tian. Brother Ling Tian. This must be a celestial weapon, right? Duanling Tian weighed the whip in his hand and discovered it was about 3 meters long. It was cold to the touch and he wondered what material it was made of. However, when Duanling Tian held the whip and sensed its aura, he was certain it was a celestial weapon. It's a celestial weapon. Moreover, it's a king-grade celestial weapon. A king-grade celestial weapon. In the past, Duanling Tian had come across a king-grade celestial weapon. It was the world-cleansing horsetail whisk, one of the 3 guarding celestial weapons of the compassionate celestial traveler sect. The aura of the whip was similar to the world-cleansing horsetail whisk, but it was inferior to the mystical Yang 9 water chestnut ring. For this reason, Duanling Tian was certain the whip was a king-grade celestial weapon. Earlier, the stone golem's strength had increased by a few levels because it had activated the king-grade celestial weapon. The way it swung its arm was similar to the way it swung the whip. It could perfectly unleash the power of the king-grade celestial weapon, Huan thought to herself. At this moment, Duanling Tian realized he had made sense. The stone golem's cultivation base was similar to his, and its celestial methods and divine abilities were not much weaker than his. Moreover, the stone golem had a king-grade celestial weapon. It was only natural the stone golem was stronger than Duanling Tian, who did not use any celestial weapons. Naturally, it would have been useless even if he had used other celestial weapons. Unless he used the Devata artifact, the 7 orifices exquisite sword, that was comparable to a Duke-grade celestial weapon, it would have been difficult for him to stay alive, let alone kill the stone golem. Although I've obtained some treasures from the trials, the most I've obtained were Duke-grade celestial weapons. However, I managed to obtain a king-grade celestial weapon after I destroyed the stone golem in the desert, Duan Lingtian muttered to himself. Duan Lingtian looked at the whip in his hand and muttered to himself, if it's this difficult to obtain a king-grade celestial weapon in this little world, I'm afraid the 6 great overarching golden celestials won't be able to obtain a king-grade celestial weapon. The 6 great overarching golden celestials that Duan Lingtian was referring to were the 6 great overarching golden celestials who were younger than 100 years old that were sent into this little world by the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland. The 6 great overarching golden celestials were only yellow-rank great overarching golden celestials. Although they had Duke-grade celestial weapons given to them by the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland, they were still yellow-rank celestial weapons. However, there was still a huge gap between them and Earth-rank great overarching golden celestials who possessed king-grade celestial weapons. The latter only needed a single strike to consign them to eternal damnation. Unfortunately, this king-grade celestial weapon isn't a sword. It won't be of much help to me. In fact, it's not even as useful as the 7 Orifices exquisite sword that's only comparable to a Duke-grade celestial weapon. Duan Lingtian shook his head and handed the whip to Huan. Huan, you can use this whip. My celestial methods and divine abilities rely on swords, but your celestial methods and divine abilities don't rely on celestial weapons. You can use any celestial weapon you want. This whip is a king-grade celestial weapon? Huan was no longer the same Huan in the past. She naturally knew what a king-grade celestial weapon was. She happily took the whip and looked at it fondly. Based on the fact that Huan's mother had left her a divine crystal, it was clear that her mother was not a simple person. However, her mother did not leave her with any high-grade celestial weapons. Brother Lingtian, is this king-grade celestial weapon really useless to you? Don't tell me you said that on purpose because you want to give it to me? She looked at the whip in her hand before she turned to look at Duan Lingtian. A skeptical expression could be seen on her beautiful face. Even if this king-grade celestial weapon is useful to me, it's better for you to have it than for me to have it. Think about it, how much stronger can you become with it? Duan Lingtian shook his head and said, you should use this king-grade celestial weapon for now. As long as there are more king-grade celestial weapons in this little world, it won't be difficult for you to obtain more king-grade celestial weapons for me. Alright. I'll definitely help Brother Lingtian obtain a sword-type king-grade celestial weapon in the future. Huan said with a solemn expression on her face. Half a year passed in just a blink of an eye. Of course, the 6 months referred to the time Feng Wuji Guang and the other Violet Sun Golden Celestials who were not even 100 years old had entered the little world to explore. Crack. A crisp sound rang in the air at the entrance of the little world. The high-ranking officials from the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland were startled awake. Another soul pearl shattered? Is it Feng Wuji Guang's soul pearl? The high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland thought the soul pearl of Feng Wuji Guang, the Violet Sun Golden Celestial, had shattered. Even the people from the Martial Dragon Celestial sect had the same thought. However, when they opened their eyes and looked at Feng Wuji Guang's soul pearl, they were shocked to discover that Feng Wuji Guang's soul pearl was intact. Feng Wuji Guang's soul pearl was unharmed. Feng Wuji Guang's soul pearl didn't shatter? How's this possible? If his soul pearl didn't shatter, doesn't that mean? Everyone's eyes were filled with shock and disbelief as they looked at the 7 soul pearls hovering in the air beside the sect leaders of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland. These were the soul pearls of the 7 great overarching golden celestials who were not even 100 years old. But now one of the soul beads had been shattered. Chapter 28:10. It's Su Feng. Su Feng is dead? His strength is one of the strongest among the 6 perfected golden immortals. How did he die? The high-ranking officials of the Martial Dragon Celestial sect were horrified when they saw the shattered soul pearl. This was because the shattered soul pearl belonged to Su Feng, one of the 2 great overarching golden celestials from the Martial Dragon Celestial sect who had entered the little world. Moreover, Su Feng was stronger than the other great overarching golden celestial. One of the soul pearls hovering in the air beside the sect leaders of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland and Chai Kongyu, the sect leader of the Martial Dragon Celestial sect, had shattered. Chai Kongyu's expression was unsightly. Although 2 of the young powerhouses from the Martial Dragon Celestial sect were still alive, one of them was only a violet sun golden celestial. In his opinion, even if Feng Wuji Guang was still alive, he must be struggling at death's door. After all, even a great overarching golden celestial had died in the little world. It was a miracle for a violet sun golden celestial to survive in a little world where even great overarching golden celestials were in danger. It was impossible for him to bring any treasures out of the little world. Even a great overarching golden celestial is dead? The one who died is Su Feng. Of the two great overarching golden celestials from the martial dragon celestial sect, Su Feng is stronger. Even Su Feng is dead. Doesn't this mean the other great overarching golden celestials are in danger as well? Although the great overarching golden celestials from the Tai celestial sect and the Thousand Spiders celestial sect were still alive, they could not help but sympathize with Su Feng, the great overarching golden celestial from the martial dragon celestial sect. Even a great overarching golden celestial has died in the little world left behind by a celestial king. What's his purpose for leaving this little world behind? Is it to trick people? That's right. A little world that only those below the age of 100 can enter, and even great overarching golden celestials are in danger. Isn't this little world a trap? That celestial king is too senseless? If we had known this would happen, we would have just ignored this small world. Why would we spend so much effort to search for young experts under the age of 100 in the entire wasteland? Now, many of the higher-ups of the three major celestial sects of the wasteland felt that the small world left behind by the celestial king was purely a scam. That's not necessarily true. At this moment, one of the elders from the Thousand Spiders celestial sect said, although a great overarching golden celestial died in there, who knows if he was unlucky enough to encounter one of the rare fatal obstacles. If the other great overarching golden celestials didn't encounter that fatal obstacle, they might not have died, right? Death trap? It seems that there are some celestial kings who like to set up life-ending checkpoints in the small worlds where they left their legacies and treasures. If you want to leave and come out alive, besides strength, it also depends on luck. So, although Su Feng from the martial dragon celestial sect is dead, the other great overarching golden celestials might not die. The eyes of the high-ranking officials from the three major celestial sects of the wasteland shone brightly when they heard the elder's words. Their hearts that had been hanging in the air also relaxed slightly. I wonder where Miss Huaner has gone to? I hope Master Duan will be able to contact her or find her after he comes out. Otherwise, how are we going to explain this to Master Duan? Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai celestial sect, asked Tai Tai He through voice transmission. Sect leader, is it possible that Miss Huaner went to Tai City? Tai Tai He speculated. Tai City? That's possible. I only asked them to search for her in the sect's estate. I'll ask them to search for her in Tai City now. As soon as Bai Ping finished speaking, he ordered his subordinates to search for Huaner in Tai City. The Tai celestial sect's elder nodded and left. Since a great overarching golden celestial had died in the little world, the high-ranking officials from the three major celestial sects of the wasteland were not in the mood to rest, let alone cultivate. Their eyes were fixed on the soul pearls of the remaining great overarching golden celestials. They wanted to see if the death of Su Feng, the great overarching golden celestial who was not even 100 years old, was an accident, or was it really difficult for a great overarching golden celestial to survive in the little world? A month passed by in just a blink of an eye. The remaining 6 soul pearls of great overarching golden celestials were still safe and sound. 2 months had passed and they were still safe and sound. 3 months had passed and they were still safe and sound. It's been 3 months since Su Feng's death. During these 3 months, the remaining great overarching golden celestials are still alive and well. It seems like Su Feng was really unlucky to have encountered a fatal obstacle. That should be the case. If that's the case, we can finally relax. At this moment, the high-ranking officials from the three major celestial sects of the wasteland were finally able to relax. They felt that it was not impossible for a great overarching golden celestial to survive in the little world. Previously it was just a guess. However, now they had further confirmation of this fact. However, Feng Wuji Guang from the martial dragon celestial sect is really lucky. He's still alive even now. It's a miracle that a violet sun golden celestial like him managed to survive until now. I wonder if there are other violet sun golden celestials who are as lucky as him. However, we don't have their soul pearl, so we can't be sure if they're dead or not. I think there might be other violet sun golden celestials who are still alive. When the high-ranking officials from the three major celestial sects of the wasteland looked at Feng Wuji Guang's soul pearls, they could not help but discuss among themselves. They even speculated that there might be other violet sun golden celestials alive in the little world. 3 months had passed, and no more great overarching golden celestials had died. The high-ranking officials from the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland finally felt relieved. Most of them closed their eyes and began to meditate. A small number of them sat down cross-legged and began to cultivate. Half a month later, crack, crack, the sound of something shattering rang in the air. It jolted the high-ranking officials from the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland awake. They stared at the remaining soul pearls with wide eyes. They did not miss Feng Wuji Guang's soul pearls as well. How's this possible? Jianqiu Luo, the sect leader of the Thousand Spiders celestial sect, was the first to regain her senses. Her beautiful face was pale, and her eyes were filled with disbelief. She was the first to regain her senses because the soul pearls that had shattered earlier were the soul pearls that were beside her. The soul pearls of 2 great overarching golden celestials from the Thousand Spiders celestial sect had shattered at the same time. This meant that the 2 great overarching golden celestials from the Thousand Spiders celestial sect who had entered the minor world left behind by the celestial king had died at the same time. Both of them died? How's this possible? The high-ranking officials of the Thousand Spiders celestial sect, including Lu Yanjun, the supreme elder of the Thousand Spiders celestial sect, had an unsightly expression on their faces when they saw Jianqiu Luo's soul pearls shattering. What's going on? How did they die? Zhou Shuqiu, who was standing next to Jianqiu Luo, was dumbfounded. Her eyes were filled with confusion and shock. 2 great overarching golden celestials have died. Both of them are from the Thousand Spiders celestial sect. It seems like they were exploring the little world together. Both of them died at the same time. Are the dangers in the little world that terrifying? The high-ranking officials from the Tai Yi celestial sect and the Martial Dragon celestial sect exchanged glances. They could see the worry in each other's eyes. After all, based on the current situation, there were indeed extraordinary dangers in that small world. The death of Su Fang from the Martial Dragon celestial sect was not simply due to bad luck. For a moment, the high-ranking officials from the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland were anxious. Feng Wuji Guang. He's still alive. The high-ranking officials from the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland thought it was a miracle that Feng Wuji Guang's soul pearl was still intact. Inside the little world, snow fell from the sky, covering the land. On one side of the land was a snowfield that stretched as far as the eye could see. On the other side were snowy peaks. This was a world of ice and snow. There's a reaction. In the sky above the snowfield, one of the 2 people who seemed to have appeared out of thin air took out an item, and his eyes suddenly lit up. It was a handsome young man dressed in purple. The thing in his hand was a fiery red ring-shaped object. It was none other than Duan Lingtian and the royal-grade celestial weapon, the mystical Yang9 water chestnut ring. Brother Lingtian, do you mean you can sense the mystical E9 water chestnut ring through the mystical Yang9 water chestnut ring? Huan asked as she followed Duan Lingtian closely. The mystical Yang9 water chestnut ring is guiding me in a certain direction. I think that's where the mysterious Brother Pei wants me to find the mystical E9 water chestnut ring. Duan Lingtian said. At this moment, Duan Lingtian could clearly sense the mystical E9 water chestnut ring. When he took out the mystical Yang9 water chestnut ring, it was clear the mystical Yang9 water chestnut ring wanted to leave his hand and head west. Let's go then. Huaner's eyes lit up. All right. Duan Lingtian nodded and led Huan to the west. At the same time, in another part of the little world, the color of the sky had not changed since Feng Wuji Guang had arrived. It was as red as the setting sun, but at the same time, it was dyed red with blood. The ground here was also blood red. The only thing that could be seen were some black and yellow stones that dotted the blood-red ground, making it not as monotonous as the sky. Bus, 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 bus. The sound of saber humming resounded in the air. Chapter 28:11. It's here. Duan Lingtian brought Huan along as they flew. Finally they came to a halt above a glacier and looked down at it. This glacier was formed from the ice on the surface of a huge lake. Using his divine sense, he could clearly sense that the thickness of the layer of ice on the surface of the lake was definitely more than 10 meters. Brother Lingtian, do you mean the mystical E9 water chestnut ring is in this lake? Her eyes followed Duan Lingtian's gaze to the lake that had turned into a glacier. That should be it. Duan Lingtian nodded. At the same time, if one were to take a closer look, One could see the mystical Yang-9 water chestnut ring in Duan Ling Tian's hand was trembling as though it was about to fall from the sky. "Brother Ling Tian. I can sense a powerful aura," Huan said with a solemn expression. Her expression turned grave as she looked at the glacier under her feet. "It's under the lake. Its cultivation base should be at the peak of the great overarching golden celestial stage." A peak great overarching golden celestial. Duan Lingtian's heart skipped a beat when he heard Huaner's words. If they were in the wasteland, Duan Lingtian would not be worried about a peak great overarching golden celestial unless they were from the three major celestial sects of the wasteland. However, in this little world, he did not think he could deal with a peak great overarching golden celestial. Even if his 7 orifices exquisite sword could unleash the power of a Duke great celestial weapon, he would not be a match for a peak great overarching golden celestial in this little world. After the stone golem, he had encountered several Earth-rank great overarching golden celestials. All of them were as strong as the stone golem. Even if he were to use the 7 orifices exquisite sword, he would only be able to fight them to a draw. In the end, Huan had to step in and kill them. Later on, he encountered a heaven realm great overarching golden celestial who also had a king grade celestial weapon. He was no match for the heaven realm great overarching golden celestial. He could not even block a single attack from the heaven realm great overarching golden celestial. Now that Huaner had said there was a peak great overarching golden celestial in the lake, he did not even dare to think about making a move, because he knew that his opponent's strength was sufficient to crush him with ease. "It's coming out." All of a sudden her eyes narrowed. Duan Ling Tian's pupils constricted as he stared at the glacier below his feet without blinking. Just as Duan Ling Tian was concentrating his attention, a voice rang out. Bang! An earth-shattering sound suddenly came from the bottom of the lake. In the next moment, Duan Ling Tian clearly saw that on the surface of the ice that was more than 10 meters above the lake, fine cracks had appeared. They were like spider webs covering each other. Bang! Another loud sound was heard. This time around, those originally small cracks immediately expanded a step further. They appeared even more clearly in front of everyone's eyes, just like numerous pythons. Bang! After the third loud bang, the cracks on the solid ice expanded into huge gullies. The area covered was also very wide, extending to nearly 1,000 meters away. Boom! Boom! After the third loud sound, a series of earth-shattering explosions rang in the air. At the same time, the sound of explosions rang in the air. On the surface of the vast lake, the ice that had already shattered into pieces suddenly shot out in all directions as if it had turned into a sky full of broken rocks. It was as if something at the bottom of the lake was violently knocking against the ice on the surface of the lake, trying to leave the bottom of the lake. Boom! An earth-shattering explosion rang in the air as a huge hole appeared on the surface of the lake. The remaining solid ice shot out in all directions like shooting stars in the sky. At this moment, a graceful figure appeared in front of Duan Ling Tian and Huan, startling Duan Ling Tian. In Duan Ling Tian's opinion, the peak great overarching golden celestial at the bottom of the lake must be a powerful being. This was because before this, from the stone golem in the desert, to the few earth realm great overarching golden immortals, and even the heaven realm great overarching golden immortal, they were all giants. However, this peak great overarching golden celestial was not a colossus at all. Moreover, she was alone. A person who looked no different from them. The woman was dressed in a sky blue robe. She was beautiful and delicate. If it were not for Huaner, a peerless beauty, Duan Lingtian's eyes would have lit up. Even so, she was still a rare beauty. After all, apart from Huaner, Murong Bing was the only woman Duan Ling Tian had met who was comparable to her in terms of beauty. Even Zhou Shuqiu was slightly inferior to her. Brother Ling Tian. Is she holding the mystical E9 water chestnut ring? Duan Ling Tian was still studying the woman when Huaner's voice rang in his ears. The mystical E9 water chestnut ring? Duan Ling Tian shuddered when he heard Huaner's words. He quickly shifted his gaze to the woman's left hand. The woman was holding a celestial weapon that was almost identical to the mystical Yang-9 water chestnut ring in his hand. The only difference was the color of the celestial weapon in her hand. Unlike the fiery red color of the profound Yang-9 water chestnut ring, the immortal tool in the woman's hand looked exactly the same as the profound Yang-9 water chestnut ring. However, it was entirely blue in color and was emitting bursts of cold aura. It was completely opposite to the hot aura emitted by the profound Yang-9 water chestnut ring. The mystical E9 water chestnut ring. Duan Ling Tian was certain the woman was the mystical E9 water chestnut ring. It was the royal grade celestial weapon, the mystical E9 water chestnut ring, that the mysterious young man with the surname Pei had asked him to look for. Apart from that, Duan Lingtian also noticed the woman's red eyes were glowing. After the woman appeared, not only did the mysterious Yang 9 water chestnut ring in his hand emit a fiery red light, but even the mysterious E9 water chestnut ring in the woman's hand also emitted a blue light. The two celestial weapons resonated with each other as though they could sense each other's presence. Why do you have the mystical Yang 9 water chestnut ring? What's your relationship with Pei Yuanji? While Duan Lingtian was looking at the mystical E9 water chestnut ring in the woman's hand, the woman had also finished sizing up Duan Lingtian and Huan. A hint of coldness could be seen in her eyes when she looked at Duan Lingtian. Pei Yuanji. When Duan Lingtian heard the woman's question, he was stunned when he regained his senses. He did not react immediately. Brother Lingtian, could the Pei Yuanji she mentioned be the big brother Pei you mentioned? At the same time Huaner's voice rang in Duan Lingtian's ears. After taking a deep breath, Duan Lingtian looked at the woman with the mystical E9 water chestnut ring and said, I don't know who Pei Yuanji is. I don't know who Pei Yuanji is. However, this royal-grade celestial weapon, the mystical Yang 9 water chestnut ring, was given to me by a young man with the surname Pei. I only know his surname is Pei and I address him as Brother Pei. Duan Lingtian replied truthfully. He gave you the mystical Yang 9 water chestnut ring? Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, the woman's body trembled slightly. A hint of disappointment could be seen in her eyes. Duan Lingtian could tell the woman had misunderstood his words. Don't misunderstand. Brother Pei is only giving me the mystical Yang 9 water chestnut ring temporarily. I'll return it to him after I leave this little world. He gave me the mystical Yang 9 water chestnut ring so I can enter this little world to look for the other royal-grade celestial weapon, the mystical E9 water chestnut ring. If I'm not mistaken, the ring in your hand must be the mystical E9 water chestnut ring, right? Duan Lingtian looked at the celestial weapon in the woman's hand that was almost identical to the mystical Yang 9 water chestnut ring. That's right. It's the mystical E9 water chestnut ring. The woman nodded. After a while, she looked at Huaner who was standing next to Duan Lingtian and said, he's smart. He actually found a girl with the bloodline of the Phantom Fox clan to help him retrieve the mystical E9 water chestnut ring. You're a Phantom Fox? Huaner who had been standing next to Duan Lingtian was shocked and excited when she heard the woman's words. Of course. As soon as the woman finished speaking, her clothes fluttered even though there was no wind. After a while, the silhouette of a huge fox appeared around her. It looked illusory but it was real. It's really a Phantom Fox. She looks just like Mother. Huana's eyes were filled with a hint of infatuation as she looked at the silhouette of a huge fox that shrouded the woman. Since I'm able to meet a girl with the bloodline of the Phantom Fox clan here, it means we're fated to meet. Before I disappear I'll give you a gift. As the woman spoke, the silhouette of a fox that shrouded her grew more and more corporeal, allowing Duan Lingtian to see the silhouette of the fox. The fox did not look any different from an ordinary fox. However, upon closer inspection, one could see that it was different from an ordinary fox. The fox's eyes seemed to be able to intimidate one's heart. Duan Lingtian only glanced at the fox's eyes before he felt his heart palpitate, and he hurriedly withdrew his gaze. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Gentle white rays of light shot out from the silhouette of the fox that shrouded the woman. They did not contain any offensive power as they shot toward Huana. However, as soon as the white light touched her body, it seemed to have come into contact with a taboo. It was as though the white light was repelled and vanished into thin air. Why you're a Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox. Chapter 28:12. Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox. He was one of the rare existences in the Phantom Fox clan. In the eyes of the Phantom Fox clan's members, the Phantom Fox clan's members were extremely fearsome. The Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox was a type of totem and also a type of faith. Yes. Mother also said that I was a Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox. Huan nodded in response to the woman's shocked gaze. Your mother, who is she? What's his name? The woman asked. Mother's name seems to be Du Xian. She furrowed her brows and thought for a moment before replying. Du Xian. Upon hearing this, the woman's eyes widened again. She asked anxiously, does your mother have two small moles at the corner of her right eye? Then she looked at Huaner expectantly. How did you know? Huaner was stunned when she heard the woman's words. She stared at the woman and asked, why you know my mother? In terms of seniority, your mother is my niece, and her father is my older brother. I can't believe you're Xian'er's daughter. I didn't expect her to have a descendant. Moreover, it's a rare Thousand Phantoms ice fox in our Phantom Fox clan. Good. The woman muttered to herself in an extremely agitated manner. My mother is your niece, then you are my— Huaner was shocked to hear the woman's words. She never thought that she would be able to meet her family in this small world. In terms of seniority, you should call me grand-aunt. And you are my grandniece, the woman said excitedly. Duan Ling Tian, who was standing at the side, couldn't help but feel a little dazed. The woman who held the royal-grade celestial weapon, the mystic E9 water chestnut ring, was not only a member of the Phantom Fox clan, but she was also very close to Huaner. She's Huaner's great-aunt? Moreover, she was his great-aunt. At this moment, Duan Ling Tian only felt that this world was too mysterious. He could even encounter such a thing. I never thought that I, Consort Du, would be able to meet Xian'er's daughter before my soul dissipates. Moreover, she's a Thousand Phantoms ice fox. Even though my soul has dissipated, I have no regrets in this life. The woman sighed. As the woman spoke, she revealed her name. Du Fei. Child, what's your name? Du Fei looked at Huaner. Huaner. She was still in a daze. Everything that was happening before her eyes was simply too surreal. Other than her mother, she actually had relatives in this world. Huaner. What a beautiful name. Du Fei nodded and then asked, how did you enter this small world? Where's your mother? Is she okay? Upon hearing Du Fei's question, a look of disappointment appeared on her face. Mother left me a long time ago. After that, she began to recount her past experiences to Duan Ling Tian. You're only a teenager? When Du Fei learned that Huaner was only in her teens, she was stunned. Although her cultivation base was only at the peak of the great overarching golden celestial stage, her divine consciousness was at the level of a celestial king. Therefore, it was not difficult for her to discover that she was an overarching heavenly supreme celestial. Moreover, he was an earth-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial. An earth-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial in her teens? That's true. You're a Thousand Phantoms ice fox. You're naturally talented. Moreover, your mother left you a divine crystal. It's not impossible for you to achieve this at such a young age. After a while, Du Fei recalled that Huaner was a Thousand Phantoms ice fox and nodded in agreement. Since your mother abandoned you, something must have happened in the clan. Du Fei thought for a moment before she said, something must have happened in the clan? Suddenly, as if she had thought of something, Du Fei sighed, and there was a bit of haze between her eyebrows. In her memory, Du Feier's niece had a niece. Moreover, the Du clan's marriage partner was one of the most powerful clans in the Phantom Fox clan. That family would never let go of her niece who had betrayed the marriage contract. If the clan found out that her niece had given birth to a Thousand Phantoms ice fox with a human, they would do everything in their power to get rid of the Thousand Phantoms ice fox. After all, if the Thousand Phantoms ice fox was allowed to grow, the Du clan's position in the Phantom Fox clan would be overturned. This was something the Du clan did not want to see. It was fine if the Thousand Phantoms ice fox appeared in the Du clan. However, if the Thousand Phantoms ice fox appeared somewhere else, they would do everything in their power to get rid of it. What is it? Huaner asked. As for the specifics, I won't tell you because it won't do you any good to know. With your talent, you might be able to help your mother or even our entire family, after a few thousand years when your cultivation improves. Du Fei sighed. After a while, Du Fei looked at Duan Ling Tian and said, Boy, based on Huaner's words, it seems like you're a trustworthy person. Huaner was entrusted to you by her mother. I guess it's fate that brought both of you together. Huaner is a Thousand Phantoms ice fox, so I can't give her the legacy of the Phantom Fox clan's secret technique. At the same time, she doesn't need the legacy since she has the memories of a Thousand Phantoms ice fox. As a human, I can't give you the legacy of the Phantom Fox clan's secret technique due to the clan's rules. As soon as Du Fei finished speaking, the gigantic fox silhouette that shrouded Duan Ling Tian disappeared. A few moments later, Du Fei's body turned illusory as well. At the same time, a powerful yet gentle energy surged out of her body and shrouded Duan Ling Tian. She could sense that the power coming from Du Fei's body was not aggressive, so she did not make a move. However, she vaguely sensed something and her expression changed slightly. Great Aunt, what are you doing? I've actually passed away a long time ago. This body is just a remnant of my soul. It's only a matter of time before it disappears. Why don't I help you, Brother Ling Tian? In the future, your mother and I won't be by your side. You must listen to your brother Ling Tian. As soon as Du Fei finished speaking, her body turned illusory again. At the same time, the energy from her body surged into Duan Lingtian's body. At this moment, Duan Lingtian could feel the celestial origin energy in his body surging violently. Du Fei's energy helped his celestial origin energy circulate in his body again and again. Remember this. Due to the clan's rules, I can't teach you the Phantom Fox clan's secret technique. This technique is called the Tai Profound technique. I obtained it by chance. It's a king-grade technique. With your innate talent, you'll be able to cultivate until you become a celestial king. You have 99 heavenly veins in your body just like the 1,000 Phantom's Ice Fox? It seems like you and Huan are fated. Moreover, your innate talent isn't inferior to hers. Du Fei had transmitted her words to Duan Lingtian through voice transmission. After she finished speaking, she did not wait for Duan Lingtian's reply before she continued to speak. Boy, I don't have much time left. Remember, before Huan breaks through and becomes a celestial emperor, don't let her come into contact with anyone from the Phantom Fox clan except for her mother. If anyone from the Phantom Fox clan finds out that Huan is 1,000 Phantom's Ice Fox, unless that person's surname is Du, you must kill him at all costs. If you don't kill him, Huan's life will be in danger. Remember my words well. As for Pei Yuanji, before my soul disappears, I'll leave behind a memory celestial talisman. You can pass it to him when the time comes. Everything I've said to him is recorded in it. If he still cares about you, he'll take care of both of you on my behalf. Du Fei's voice trailed off after she finished speaking. At this moment, Duan Lingtian discovered the energy that had surged into his body from Du Fei had also disappeared. However, at that moment he had also grasped the operation method of the king-level martial skill, the Tai Profound technique. Furthermore, he had completely grasped it. If he had not joined the Tai Celestial sect, he would have been stunned when he heard Du Fei mention the king-grade cultivation method. However, he had learned about the king-grade cultivation method from the 3 prominent celestial alchemists of the Tai Celestial sect. After joining the Tai Celestial sect, he had wanted to change his cultivation method. Although there were several heaven-grade cultivation methods in the Tai Celestial sect, there was only one Duke-grade cultivation method that was above the heaven grade. It was not difficult for him to obtain a heaven-grade cultivation method, but it was difficult for him to obtain a Duke-grade cultivation method. In order to obtain a Duke-grade cultivation method in the Tai Celestial sect, one had to make a certain amount of contribution to the sect. Not everyone could obtain a Duke-grade cultivation method. At that time, Duan Lingtian learned about the king-grade cultivation method. As it turned out, the cultivation methods in the Devata realms were not only divided into yellow-grade, profound-grade, earth-grade and heaven-grade cultivation methods. Above heaven-grade cultivation methods, there were Duke-grade cultivation methods, king-grade cultivation methods, royal-grade cultivation methods, and emperor-grade cultivation methods. It was common knowledge that the higher the grade of a cultivation method in the Devata realms, the more powerful one's celestial origin energy would be in a battle. Apart from this, there were many cultivation techniques above the heaven grade. Apart from this, there was another effect. It allowed one to avoid many detours on the path of breaking through to become immortal lords, immortal kings, immortal lords and immortal emperors. Naturally, it only reduced the number of detours. If one's innate talent was lacking, it would be impossible for one to become a celestial duke no matter how many duke-grade cultivation methods one was given. On the other hand, if one's innate talent was high enough, one could become a celestial duke, celestial king, celestial lord, and even celestial emperor with just one heaven-grade cultivation method. Of course, there was almost no such person and almost no one would do such a thing. Chapter 28:13. It was difficult for a celestial king to obtain a royal-grade cultivation method, but it was easy for a celestial king to obtain a king-grade cultivation method. It was difficult for a celestial lord to obtain an emperor-grade cultivation method, but it was not difficult for a celestial lord to obtain a royal-grade cultivation method. For this reason, it was almost impossible for people to break through and become a celestial king with a heaven-grade cultivation method. At most, they would become a celestial duke with a heaven-grade cultivation method. After becoming a celestial duke, it would be easier for them to break through and become a celestial king with a duke-grade cultivation method than with a heaven-grade cultivation method. Naturally, if a celestial duke had a king-grade cultivation method, it would be easier for them to break through and become a celestial king. For this reason, one could easily imagine the importance of a high-grade cultivation method. A king-grade cultivation method. It's a king-grade cultivation method. After all, even a powerful sect like the Tai Celestial sect only has one duke-grade cultivation method. Let alone the Tai Celestial sect, There's no king-grade cultivation method in the entire wasteland. Duan Tian finally regained his senses after circulating his celestial origin energy through his body. He immediately focused on the king-grade cultivation method, the Tai profound method, that Du Fei had given him. At the same time, his heart was also shaken. After all, it was a king-grade cultivation method. It was something he did not even dare to dream about before he entered the little world. Grandaunt. Duan Tian snapped out of his daze when he heard Huan sorrowful cry. He immediately looked at Huan. Huan stood there with tears in her eyes. She looked pitiful and pitiful. He could vaguely see a celestial talisman in her right palm. Is that the memory celestial talisman left behind by Senior Du Fei? Duan Tian remembered before Du Fei's soul dissipated, she had said she would leave behind a memory celestial talisman for him to pass to Pei Yuanji, the mysterious young man with the surname Pei who had asked him to come here to look for the mystical E9 water chestnut ring. That's right. The mystical E9 water chestnut ring. After a while, Duan Tian saw the mystical E9 water chestnut ring. At this moment, the royal grade celestial weapon, the mystical E9 water chestnut ring, was already in her left hand. Brother Ling Tian. After a few breaths, she regained her senses and said to Duan Tian through voice transmission. Grandaunt told me through voice transmission that 15 minutes after her remnant soul disappears, the little world she created will disappear as well. At that time, we'll be sent back to where we were before we came in. 15 minutes? Duan Tian nodded. He comforted Huan for a while before he handed her most of the items he obtained in the little world and asked her to store them in her spatial ring. In his spatial ring, there were some Duke-grade celestial weapons, celestial pills and materials that he had no use for. As for the king-grade celestial weapons, celestial pills and materials, he gave them all to Huan. Apart from that, Duan Tian did not hesitate to hand the royal-grade celestial weapon, the mystical Yang 9 water chestnut ring, over to Huan for safekeeping in case the sect leader of the Tai celestial sect checked his spatial ring. Although that was unlikely. However, he still had to be fully prepared. Outside the small world. Two consecutive sounds of something shattering rang out, causing the hearts of the upper echelons of the three major celestial sects of the wasteland to tremble. The expressions of Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai celestial sect, and the other high-ranking officials of the Tai celestial sect, darkened. This was because the soul pearls of the two great overarching golden celestials from the Tai celestial sect who were not even 100 years old had shattered. All of a sudden, only one of the three soul pearls remained. What the hell is going on? Is this small world left behind by an immortal king so terrifying? Two more great overarching golden celestials from the Tai celestial sect have died. Currently, only one great overarching golden celestial from the martial dragon celestial sect and Master Duan from the Tai celestial sect are left. Feng Wuji Guang. He's still alive. Did he find a place to hide? The high-ranking officials from the martial dragon celestial sect and the Thousand Spiders celestial sect discussed among themselves. They were amazed by Feng Wuji Guang's luck and the little world left behind by a celestial king. They felt that it was a miracle that Feng Wuji Guang was still alive. After all, up until now, 5 great overarching golden celestials had died in the little world while Feng Wuji Guang, a mere violet sun golden celestial, was still alive. Inside the little world, the sky was dyed red by the sunset. The entire land was similarly blood-red. The only thing that could be seen were some black and yellow rocks that adorned the blood-red land, causing it to not be as monotonous as the sky. Duke-grade cultivation method. Senior G is truly talented to be able to cultivate to the Celestial King stage with just a Duke-grade cultivation method. Although he's a Celestial King, he didn't leave this little world behind. This little world was left behind by a powerhouse from the Phantom Fox clan. Apart from being a female powerhouse, the powerhouse is also a 10 Directions Celestial King. A 10 Directions Celestial King is a Celestial King who stands at the peak of Celestial Kings. The owner of the inheritance I obtained is only a 5 Elements Celestial King. Moreover, he's only a follower of the powerhouse from the Phantom Fox clan. In the sky above the blood-colored land, the many blood-colored blade glows seemed to be half exhausted as they all merged into the body of the black-robed young man. The eyes of the black-robed young man flickered as he muttered softly. If Duan Tian was here and saw this black-robed young man with a coffin face, he would surely be able to recognize him with a single glance. The black-clad young man was none other than Feng Wuji Guang. After Feng Wuji Guang was rescued by Huan, he accidentally entered this place and obtained the inheritance of a 5 Elements Celestial King. Not only did he obtain the cultivation method of the Celestial King, but he had also mastered the high-grade celestial methods and divine abilities. Naturally, he could master the cultivation method immediately. However, he needed time to comprehend the celestial methods and divine abilities. Otherwise, their power would be inferior to the low-grade celestial methods and divine abilities he had mastered. Fortunately, the king-grade celestial weapon left behind by Senior Ji can conceal its aura with his cultivation method. Otherwise, the martial dragon celestial sect would have confiscated it even if I brought it out. Feng Wuji Guang sighed in relief when he reached this point. It was clear Feng Wuji Guang had not only obtained the inheritance of a celestial king, but he had also obtained a king-grade celestial weapon as well. Apart from that, my cultivation base has also broken through to the yellow rank great overarching golden celestial. Feng Wuji Guang could not help but feel excited when he sensed the qualitative change in his celestial origin energy. At the same time, there was another person who was excited when he sensed the qualitative change in his celestial origin energy. This person was none other than Duan Ling Tian. This is the celestial origin energy of an overarching heavenly supreme celestial? After making preparations to leave the little world, Duan Ling Tian began to seriously sense the celestial origin energy in his body. Once again he discovered that the celestial origin energy in his body had undergone a qualitative transformation. It was completely different from before. When he was an earth-rank great overarching golden celestial, his celestial origin energy was as tough as iron. However, now his celestial origin energy was as tough as steel. Iron had to be tempered 100 times to become steel. Thank you, Senior Du Fei. After Duan Ling Tian regained his senses from the pleasant surprise of breaking through to the yellow stage, he looked at Du Fei and thanked her sincerely. When Duan Ling Tian mentioned Du Fei again, Huan who had yet to recover from her shock, became even more depressed. Huan it's almost time. Use the invisibility talisman. After a while, Duan Ling Tian looked at Huan and said solemnly. As soon as Duan Ling Tian finished speaking, Huan vanished into thin air before Duan Ling Tian's eyes. About 10 breaths later, Duan Ling Tian's vision darkened. When he regained his vision, he discovered he had returned to the void where he was standing before he entered the little world. There were 2 other people who appeared with him. There's actually someone who survived? Duan Ling Tian was surprised when he saw the 2 figures standing near him. He did not expect other people to survive in the little world apart from him and Huan. Moreover, there were 2 people. Although Huaner had left the little world, he could not see her since she had used the invisibility talisman. Feng Wuji Guang? When Duan Ling Tian's gaze swept past the 2 figures, he was completely stunned. This was because one of them was no stranger to him. He had met Feng Wuji Guang when he was still in the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. Moreover, Feng Wuji Guang had saved Huaner's life in the little world. Duan Ling Tian recognized the other person. He was a great overarching golden celestial from the Martial Dragon Celestial sect. They're out. They're out. Meanwhile, the high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland in the distance had also noticed Feng Wuji Guang's presence. Master Duan. Upon seeing Duan Ling Tian by Ping, the sect leader of the Tai Celestial sect, whose expression was dark due to the death of 2 great overarching golden celestials below the age of 100, could not help but feel relieved. The little world seems to have disappeared. It's really gone. After a while, the high-ranking officials of the Tai Celestial sect extended their divine consciousness and discovered the little world had disappeared. Chapter 28:14. Huan As the high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland gathered around Duan Ling Tian and his 2 companions, Duan Ling Tian looked into the distance. Huaner's figure gradually appeared in the air where the high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland were standing. It was as though she had appeared out of thin air. Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai Celestial sect, and the other high-ranking officials of the Tai Celestial sect, who were paying attention to Duan Ling Tian, noticed Duan Ling Tian's gaze and turned to look. Miss Huan. When did she appear? She was nearby? Did she come over when she saw Master Duan coming out? At this moment, the high-ranking officials of the Tai Celestial sect were shocked by Huan sudden appearance. At the same time, they speculated that Huan had been nearby all along. I thought Miss Huan had returned to Tai City? I didn't expect her to be nearby all along. Bai Ping shook his head and sighed. Meanwhile, the people from the Martial Dragon Celestial sect and the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect had also noticed Huaner's presence. However, they shared the same thoughts as the people from the Tai Celestial sect. They thought Huaner had been nearby all along and had only revealed herself when she saw Duan Lingtian coming out. No one expected Huan to have just come out of the little world as well. Huan stood in the distance and did not come over. Meanwhile, Duan Lingtian and his two companions were surrounded by the high-ranking officials of the three major celestial sects of the wasteland. Master Duan, is the little world very dangerous? The other 5 great overarching golden celestials who were younger than 100 years old died in there. One of the elders from the Tai celestial sect asked Duan Lingtian. The high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland who were about to ask Duan Lingtian and his two companions fell silent. They looked at Duan Lingtian in unison, waiting for Duan Lingtian's response. Feng Wuji Guang. At this time, Duan Lingtian sent a voice transmission to Feng Wuji Guang. If you are still grateful to her for saving your life, don't tell anyone that you met her in that small world. Even if Feng Wuji Guang said he had seen Huaner in the little world, the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland might not believe him. However, he didn't want Feng Wuji Guang to cause trouble for them. That was why he reminded Feng Wuji Guang. Of course, the reason he reminded Feng Wuji Guang was because he could see that Feng Wuji Guang was not the kind of person who would repay kindness with ingratitude. Otherwise, he would rather go through more trouble than telling Feng Wuji Guang these things. Feng Wuji Guang. Initially, Feng Wuji Guang thought something had happened to Huaner when he did not see her after leaving the minor world. When he saw Huaner in the distance, he was stunned. He was even more puzzled when he heard the words of the high-ranking officials of the Tai celestial sect. Didn't Miss Huaner also enter the pocket dimension? Why did the people of the Tai celestial sect not know about this? When he heard Duan Lingtian's voice transmission, he immediately sent a voice transmission to Duan Lingtian. Duan Lingtian, don't worry. I, Feng Wuji Guang, am not a person who bites the hand that feeds him. Naturally, the confusion in his heart grew even deeper. He only wanted to find an opportunity to return and ask Duan Lingtian what exactly was going on. However, now was not the time to ask Duan Lingtian. Yes, it's very dangerous. After receiving Feng Wuji Guang's reply, Duan Lingtian turned to look at the elder of the Tai celestial sect who had asked him the question. Then he calmly said under everyone's watchful eyes, I almost died twice in there. Fortunately, I managed to survive. There are indeed king-grade celestial weapons in there, but it's extremely difficult to obtain them. Based on my experience, it's impossible for one to obtain a king-grade celestial weapon unless one's an earth-rank great overarching golden celestial. Duan Lingtian said bluntly. Moreover, even an earth-rank great overarching golden celestial would have to master many heaven-rank celestial methods and divine abilities to pass the test if one only has a dupe-grade celestial weapon. As soon as Duan Lingtian finished speaking, the entire place fell silent. Earth-rank great overarching golden celestial? In the wasteland, there were only a handful of yellow-rank great overarching golden celestials below the age of 100. Earth-rank great overarching golden celestials below the age of 100? There was no such person in the wasteland at all. In fact, in the history of the wasteland region, although such a person had appeared before, there were very few of them. Moreover, such a person had never appeared in the wasteland in the past 10,000 years. Does this mean it's almost impossible for anyone to obtain a king-grade celestial weapon? An elder of the Thousand Spiders celestial sect asked in a deep voice. I don't know if there's any other easy test that would allow one to obtain a king-grade celestial weapon, but all the tests I've encountered so far require strength. Duan Lingtian said. At this moment, Chai Kongyu, the sect leader of the Martial Dragon Celestial sect, walked up to the great overarching golden celestial who was not even 100 years old. He asked, Wang Hai, how was your trip in the little world? Sect leader. Wang Hai smiled wryly as he handed over his spatial ring and removed the ownership claim on it. Take a look at it yourself. Chai Kongyu did not stand on ceremony. He took the spatial ring and performed the ownership claim on it. Chem? Chai Kongyu frowned. As time passed, the frown on his face deepened. They're all dupe-grade celestial weapons. Moreover, these celestial pills and materials are all ordinary celestial pills and materials. If the little world had sent us out a little later, I'm afraid you wouldn't have been able to see me, sect leader. Wang Hai smiled wryly. Before I was sent out, I saw a king-grade celestial weapon. However, the person guarding the king-grade celestial weapon was much stronger than me. Before I came out, he happened to discover me and locked onto me with his divine sense. Just when I thought I was going to die, that small world sent me out. He sighed in relief when he reached the end of his sentence. Sect leader, this is my spatial ring. At the same time, Feng Wuji Guang stepped forward and handed his spatial ring to Chai Kongyu. Chai Kongyu frowned slightly when he took Feng Wuji Guang's spatial ring. He did not think Feng Wuji Guang's spatial ring would contain anything good. After Chai Kongyu claimed ownership of the spatial ring, he took a look inside and confirmed his suspicions. There's not even a Duke-grade celestial weapon. Feng Wuji Guang, it's a miracle that you managed to survive. Chai Kongyu casually removed the spatial ring and threw it back to Feng Wuji Guang. Feng Wuji Guang, can you tell us how you managed to survive in the little world? After all, 5 of the 7 great overarching golden celestials who entered the little world died. An elder of the martial dragon celestial sect asked as he looked at Feng Wuji Guang. That's right. An elder of the Thousand Spiders celestial sect chimed in. So many violet sun golden celestials entered the little world, but you're the only one who managed to survive. Can you tell us how you did it? The high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland were waiting for Feng Wuji Guang's reply. Tai Tai He, the former left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Yi celestial sect and the current supreme elder of the Tai Yi celestial sect, seemed to have discovered something. His eyes widened slightly as he looked at Feng Wuji Guang in shock. Feng Wuji Guang, why you managed to break through? Could it be that this is the reason why you survived? He managed to break through? Upon hearing Tai Tai He's words, the high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland extended their divine consciousness and shrouded Feng Wuji Guang. In the next moment, he really managed to break through. Feng Wuji Guang is now a yellow-rank great overarching golden celestial. No wonder he managed to survive. As it turns out, he's no longer a violet sun golden celestial. He's already a great overarching golden celestial. At this moment, the high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland were certain Feng Wuji Guang had managed to survive the little world because he had become a great overarching golden celestial. Upon seeing this, Feng Wuji Guang did not say anything. What else could he say? Could he say that he managed to avoid many dangers because he stumbled upon the inheritance of a celestial king? Feng Wuji Guang knew it was better to keep quiet about the inheritance of a celestial king to himself. If he said anything, he would definitely be questioned. Feng Wuji Guang, you actually managed to break through and become a great overarching golden celestial. Congratulations. On the other hand, Chai Kongyu, the sect leader of the martial dragon celestial sect, was much more polite when he congratulated Feng Wuji Guang. After all, Feng Wuji Guang was still a disciple of the martial dragon celestial sect. In the past, Feng Wuji Guang was only a violet sun golden celestial who was not even 100 years old. Although he was talented, he was not worthy of Chai Kongyu's attention. However, Feng Wuji Guang had become a great overarching golden celestial before the age of 100. With such talent, he would definitely become a pillar of the martial dragon celestial sect in the future. Even Chai Kongyu, the sect leader of the martial dragon celestial sect, had to take Feng Wuji Guang seriously. If I knew the little world was so dangerous, I wouldn't have allowed them to take the risk. Now, the martial dragon celestial sect has benefited. The high-ranking officials of the Thousand Spiders celestial sect had a grim expression on their faces. The young powerhouses under the age of 100 that the Thousand Spiders celestial sect had recruited after the Wasteland Grand Contest had all died in the little world. On the other hand, the martial dragon celestial sect was left with 2 great overarching golden celestials who were not even 100 years old. In comparison, the Thousand Spiders celestial sect had suffered a great loss this time. The 2 great overarching golden celestials who were not even 100 years old would definitely become a huge threat to the Thousand Spiders celestial sect in the future. Great overarching golden celestial? Duan Lingtian was slightly surprised when he learned that Feng Wuji Guang had become a great overarching golden celestial in the little world. At the same time, some of the questions in his heart were answered. Chapter 28:15. Sect Leader, I didn't manage to obtain any king-grade celestial weapons. However, I managed to obtain some duke-grade celestial weapons, celestial pills and materials. Duan Lingtian was not in a hurry to meet up with Huan. He looked at Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai Yi celestial sect, and said with a faint smile on his face, I plan to return these items to the sect. Sect leader, do you want to check my spatial ring? Master Duan, you must be joking. Hearing Duan Lingtian's words, Bai Ping quickly shook his head. How can I not believe your words? Moreover, if I really intended to check Master Duan's spatial ring, I would have asked you to change to an empty spatial ring before you entered. In Bai Ping's opinion, The two great overarching golden celestials from the martial dragon celestial sect who were not even 100 years old did not manage to obtain a king-grade celestial weapon in the little world, let alone Duan Lingtian. Although Duan Lingtian might be slightly stronger than them as far as he knew, he was not that much stronger. For this reason, he did not think Duan Lingtian had obtained a king-grade celestial weapon. I didn't expect 5 great overarching golden celestials to die in there. Master Duan, it's the Tai celestial sect's honor that you're able to come out safely. If I had known earlier that the small world was so dangerous, I would never have let you go in that day. Bai Ping continued. As he spoke, a look of lingering fear appeared on his face. Although I didn't gain much from it, at least I gained some experience, Duan Lingtian said with a faint smile on his face. Then he bade farewell to Bai Ping and Tai Tai he before he flew toward Huaner in the distance. This trip to the small world had come to an end. The high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland regretted sending people into the little world. Not only did they fail to obtain a king-grade celestial weapon, but they had also lost so many outstanding young powerhouses. Those young experts were all outstanding immortals under the age of 100 in the wasteland. If they didn't die in the small world this time, their futures would be limitless. But now almost all of them had died inside. Only 3 people were left alive. Sect Leader Bai, Sect Leader Chai, farewell. After bidding farewell to Bai Ping and Chai Kongyu Jianxiu Luo, the sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, left with the group of people from the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect. The Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect was the sect that had suffered the greatest loss. This was because all the young experts from the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect who came for the minor world had died in the minor world. Although the Tai Celestial Sect was in a similar situation, at least Duan Lingtian had survived. The expressions of the high-ranking officials from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect were grim at first, but when they thought about the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect and the Tai Celestial Sect, their expressions softened. Sect Leader Bai, farewell. After bidding farewell to Bai Ping, Chai Kongyu, the sect leader of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect, left with the group of people from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. After the group of people from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect left, Feng Wuji Guang's eyes never left Duan Lingtian and Huana. During this time he sent a voice transmission to Duan Lingtian. Duan Lingtian, didn't Miss Huaner enter the minor world? Why don't they know about it? Feng Wuji Guang asked curiously. Because she used an invisibility talisman. Duan Lingtian did not hide the truth from Feng Wuji Guang. An invisibility talisman? Feng Wuji Guang's eyes widened slightly. An invisibility talisman that even the sect leaders of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland can't see through. Only a celestial lord or stronger would be able to inscribe an invisibility talisman, right? Duan Lingtian did not reply to Feng Wuji Guang's question, and Feng Wuji Guang did not press the matter. However, Duan Lingtian and Huan seemed even more mysterious in Feng Wuji Guang's eyes. Both of them possessed an invisibility talisman inscribed by a celestial lord. Who exactly were they? Although Feng Wuji Guang did not know who Duan Lingtian and Huan were, he could not help but feel that Duan Lingtian and Huan were extremely powerful. Duan Lingtian and Huan definitely had an extraordinary background. When I was still in the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, I heard that Miss Huan was an overarching heavenly supreme celestial who easily killed an earth-rank great overarching golden celestial from the Zhou clan in the capital. After parting ways with the people from the Tai Celestial Sect, Feng Wuji Guang was brought back to the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect's estate by the powerhouses of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. During the journey, he did not forget to recall the things he had heard in the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. However, I heard that after that incident, someone purposely probed Miss Huaner's aura to see if she's really younger than 100 years old. In the end, the result was that Miss Huaner's aura didn't belong to someone who was younger than 100 years old. At that time I felt that rumors were unreliable. Perhaps there are overarching heavenly supreme celestials who are younger than 100 years old in the spirit overarching heaven, but there's no way they would appear in a small place like the wasteland. However, based on the fact that Miss Huan was able to enter the little world, she's indeed younger than 100 years old. The more Feng Wuji Guang thought about it, the more mysterious Duan Lingtian and Huan became. If it weren't for Duan Lingtian and Miss Huan I would have died in the little world. Moreover, I wouldn't have been able to obtain Senior Ji's legacy. If I have the chance, I'll definitely repay their kindness. Feng Wuji Guang thought to himself. If Feng Wuji Guang had not obtained the 5 Elements Celestial King's legacy, He would have said he wanted to repay Duan Ling Tian and Huaner's kindness, but he would not have the chance to do so. After all, his innate talent was far inferior to Duan Ling Tian and Huan. This meant it was impossible for him to catch up to them. Under such circumstances, it was impossible for him to repay their kindness. However, after obtaining the 5-element Celestial King's legacy, Feng Wuji Guang was filled with confidence that he would be able to repay Duan Ling Tian and Huan. Naturally, Duan Ling Tian and Huan were unaware of Feng Wuji Guang's thoughts. They were also unaware that Feng Wuji Guang had obtained the legacy of a 5-element Celestial King, Du Fei, a 10-direction Celestial King. Naturally, they only knew that Du Fei was a Celestial King and that the little world was left behind by her. They were unaware that she was a 10-direction Celestial King, the strongest Celestial King. She was only a step away from becoming a Celestial Lord. At this moment, Duan Ling Tian and Huan were returning to the Tai Yi Celestial Sect's estate with the main force. Huan what did Senior Du Fei say to you before she left? Duan Ling Tian asked Huan through voice transmission during their journey. Great Aunt, she told me to follow Big Brother Ling Tian and listen to Big Brother Ling Tian. She also told me to pass the memory celestial talisman she left behind to Brother Ling Tian so you can pass it to Brother Ling Tian. Huan replied through voice transmission. When Duan Ling Tian mentioned Du Fei again, Huaner's mood was slightly dampened. Duan Ling Tian quickly comforted Huan through voice transmission. Huan your great aunt has passed away a long time ago. When she entrusted you to me, she said she was happy to see you again before she completely disappeared. As for the memory celestial talisman she left behind for me to pass to Brother Pei, you can pass it to me when we return. When Duan Ling Tian finished speaking, he changed the topic to distract Huan. After Huan calmed down, Duan Ling Tian was puzzled. That day, Brother Pei said he'll show up when I leave the little world to take the royal grade celestial weapons, the mystical Yang 9 water chestnut ring and the mystical E9 water chestnut ring. Why hasn't he shown up yet? Could it be that something happened to him after he went to the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, that's why he couldn't return in time? Duan Ling Tian felt slightly annoyed when he thought about how Brother Pei had left the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom and the wasteland for the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. It's been so long but he still hasn't returned. Could it be that something happened to him? Duan Ling Tian felt that he would never be able to forgive himself if something happened to Pei Yuanji while he was on his way to the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. He had never been to the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect before. However, one thing was certain. Since Pei Yuanji's cultivation base was at least a 1 basic Celestial King, it would not take long for him to travel to and from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. Moreover, with the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect's strength, they should not be able to do anything to Pei Yuanji. Could it be because of the marriage alliance with the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect? Duan Ling Tian felt as though he had lost his mind when he thought about this. Wait a minute. Zhou Shuqiu said the marriage alliance doesn't exist and that she made it up. There must be another reason. Forget it. I'll just wait a little longer. Perhaps Brother Pei has something to attend to and hasn't returned yet? Since he's at least a 1 basic Celestial King, there shouldn't be anyone who can threaten him on his way to the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. With this thought in mind, Duan Ling Tian felt he was overthinking things. With Brother Pei's strength, even if someone wanted to harm him, they might not be able to do anything to him. I'll return to the Tai Yi Celestial sect first. Perhaps Brother Pei is waiting for me in the Tai Yi Celestial sect. Even if he's not in the Tai Yi Celestial sect, he'll definitely find out from the 13th prince that I'm in the Tai Yi Celestial sect. With this thought in mind, Duan Ling Tian made up his mind. After a while, Duan Ling Tian shifted his attention back to his cultivation base. The biggest gain from entering the little world isn't the king-grade celestial weapons and the royal-grade celestial weapon, the mystical E9 water chestnut ring, but it's the improvement in my cultivation base. Initially, I was only an earth-rank great overarching golden celestial. Even with the help of celestial pills and Huaner's divine crystal, it would still take me a long time to break through and become an overarching heavenly supreme celestial. From today onward, I, Duan Ling Tian, am an overarching heavenly supreme celestial. Chapter 28:16. As soon as Duan Ling Tian returned to his residence in the Tai Yi Celestial Sect's estate, he took the memory celestial talisman and the 2 royal-grade celestial weapons from Huaner and stored them in his spatial ring. In the next moment, Master Duan. Master Duan. 3 familiar voices rang in the air, startling Duan Ling Tian. Why are they here? Duan Ling Tian was familiar with the voices. They belonged to the three prominent celestial alchemists from the Tai celestial sect. Master Situ, Master Yang, and Master Yu. Why are all of you here? Duan Ling Tian invited Situ Ming Yang Chong and Yu Zhongjing into the front courtyard of his residence. Huaner had already left the front courtyard and returned to her room. Master Duan, we've heard from the sect leader that your trip to the little world this time is extremely dangerous. Situ Ming said with a solemn expression. If we knew the little world was so dangerous, we would have stopped you no matter what. Yang Chong said solemnly. That's right. Yu Zhongjing nodded in agreement. Almost died? That's a bit of an exaggeration. Didn't I come out alive? Duan Ling Tian shook his head and smiled. He was the only one who knew how dangerous the little world was before he entered it. He knew he would not be in danger as long as he entered the little world with Huan. However, due to various reasons he could not tell them this. Master Duan, we heard that among the 8 great overarching golden celestials who entered the little world, only 3 of them including you came out alive. Yang Chang's expression turned even more solemn. That's right. Apart from you, only 2 great overarching golden celestials from the martial dragon celestial sect survived. Moreover, one of them had a breakthrough and became a great overarching golden celestial after entering the little world. Situ Ming nodded in agreement. It's not worth it. We didn't get anything out of it. Yu Zhongjing said. Situ Ming and the other two's concern came from the bottom of their hearts. Duan Ling Tian could clearly feel this. It was also because of this that his heart felt warm. Right. Duan Ling Tian could not stand the solemn expression on Situ Ming and the other 2 celestial alchemists' faces. He quickly changed the topic and asked, Masters, are there any Duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities in the sect? Now that he had become an overarching heavenly supreme celestial and obtained the king-grade cultivation method, the Tai profound technique, Duan Ling Tian hoped to master higher-grade celestial methods and divine abilities. Currently, the only divine ability he had mastered was the assist-type divine ability, the elementary devouring tactic, which was a heaven-grade divine ability. His other divine abilities were only earth-grade divine abilities. As for immortal spells, the Supreme Sword Dao mental cultivation method, the Sovereign Heart Sword, bestowed upon him was only comparable to an earth-grade immortal spell. Immortal arts and divine abilities were the same as cultivation techniques. Above the heaven rank were the monarch rank, king rank, emperor rank, and emperor rank. Now this was what Duan Ling Tian thought. If there were any Duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities in the Tai celestial sect, he would not mind mastering them to replace his current earth-grade celestial methods and divine abilities. However, if there were only heaven-grade celestial methods and divine abilities, he would not bother comprehending them. After all, it would be a waste of time. After spending some time mastering the heaven-grade celestial methods and divine abilities and making them stronger than his current earth-grade celestial methods and divine abilities, he might be able to learn higher-grade Duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities. For this reason, Duan Ling Tian wanted to learn higher-grade celestial methods and divine abilities. There's only one Duke-grade celestial method in the sect. However, it's a movement celestial method. As for divine abilities, there are 2. One is an assist-type divine ability, and the other is an offensive divine ability. Situ Ming said, Master Duan, if you're interested in comprehending Duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities, the 3 of us will accompany you to the sect leader. I'm sure he won't reject you. After all, Duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities are not as important as Duke-grade cultivation methods. If you want the Duke-grade celestial method and divine abilities in the sect, there's nothing we can do. However, if you only want the Duke-grade celestial method and divine abilities, we're confident that the sect leader will agree to it, Yang Zhong said. Duan Ling Tian nodded. That's right. Yu Zhongjing nodded. In that case, I'll have to trouble the 3 of you to come with me. Duan Ling Tian's eyes brightened when he heard Situ Ming and the other 2's words. He did not expect the Tai celestial sect would really have Duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities. Moreover, he had a chance to learn them. He was interested in the Tai celestial sect's Duke-grade celestial method. Of the 2 monarch-grade divine abilities, he was only interested in the offensive divine ability because he had already mastered the heaven-grade divine ability, the elementary devouring tactic. There was no need for him to waste too much time comprehending the monarch-grade divine ability. Perhaps, before he fully grasped that monarch-grade support divine ability, he would already be able to come into contact with a higher-level monarch-grade support divine ability. However, before he completely mastered the Duke-grade divine ability, the Duke-grade divine ability might not be as powerful as his elementary devouring tactic. Under such circumstances, Duan Lingtian naturally had a choice. It was just as Situ Ming had said. When Duan Lingtian, Situ Ming, and Duan Lingtian went to look for Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai Celestial sect, Bai Ping readily handed over the only Duke-grade celestial method and offensive divine ability to Duan Lingtian. Master Duan, even if you come alone, I'll still give you these celestial methods and divine abilities. As for the monarch-level cultivation method in the sect, because of the sect's rules I can't be biased. So I can't help you. I can't help you, Bai Ping said bluntly to Duan Lingtian. He had long heard about Duan Lingtian's intention to cultivate the Tai Celestial sect's Duke-grade cultivation method. That was why he had spoken up. However, he was unaware that Duan Lingtian was not interested in Duan Lingtian. Currently, Duan Lingtian was not interested in the Duke-grade celestial method in the Tai Celestial sect at all. After all, he had already cultivated the King-grade celestial method, the Tai Profound method. It was the King-grade celestial method that Du Fei, a 10-direction celestial duke, had given to Duan Lingtian by the owner of the little world. Thank you, sect leader. Duan Lingtian was naturally grateful for Bai Ping's words. After all, he was no longer interested in the Duke-grade celestial method. After leaving Bai Ping's residence, Yang Chong seemed to have thought of something. He said to Duan Lingtian, Master Duan, if you want other celestial methods and divine abilities, there's a chance for you to obtain them. The Alchemy Conference will be held in 2 years. The Alchemy Conference? Duan Lingtian had a blank expression on his face because this was his first time hearing about the Alchemy Conference. The Alchemy Conference is a grand event jointly held by the Wasteland and the neighboring regions. It's held once every 30 years. During the Alchemy Conference, the celestial alchemists from the Wasteland and the neighboring regions will exchange knowledge about alchemy, Situ Ming explained. Situ Ming said, it's inevitable that some celestial alchemists are dissatisfied with other celestial alchemists and would propose a competition in alchemy. Some celestial alchemists would even use Duke-grade celestial methods or divine abilities as a wager. There are many Duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities that are both offensive and defensive. In fact, there might even be some Duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities that are both offensive and defensive. When Situ Ming finished speaking, he looked at Duan Lingtian meaningfully. A triple-trait Duke-grade celestial method and divine ability with both offense and defense? Upon hearing Situ Ming's words, Duan Lingtian's breathing quickened. It should be noted that in the Devata realms, a single celestial method or divine ability was not as valuable as a dual offensive or defensive celestial method or divine ability. For example, the time it would take a person to comprehend 2 offensive and defensive celestial methods to a certain level was much longer than the time it would take to comprehend 1 offensive and defensive celestial method to a certain level. The difference in the time it would take to comprehend the celestial method and divine ability would have the same effect in battle. Therefore, if given the choice, no matter who it was, they would choose to comprehend an offensive and defensive celestial technique instead of 2 offensive and defensive celestial techniques. The latter would have to be comprehended separately while the former could be comprehended together. This would save a lot of time. It was the same for divine abilities. For this reason, the value of offensive and defensive celestial methods and divine abilities was much higher than offensive and defensive celestial methods and divine abilities of the same grade in the Devata realms. The latter was much more valuable than offensive, defensive, and movement immortal methods and divine abilities. The Alchemy Conference will be held in 2 years? Duan Lingtian's eyes shone brightly as he asked Situ Ming. Yes. Situ Ming nodded and said, it's a coincidence. The Alchemy Conference will be held in the barren land that's adjacent to the Wasteland. In the past, the celestial alchemists of the Wasteland only attended the Alchemy Conferences to watch the show. This time, with Master Duan's participation, the celestial alchemists of the Wasteland will have a chance to shine. Yang Chong said with a smile, Master Duan, with your cauldron heating speed, no one in the Wasteland can compare to you. That's right. Master Duan, just find a wealthy celestial alchemist and compete with him in cauldron heating speed. You'll definitely win. Situ Ming chimed in. We'll only compete in cauldron heating? Duan Lingtian was taken aback. Is that even possible? However, if I want to bet on Duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities, I'll have to put something up, right? Although Duan Lingtian was confident in his cauldron heating speed due to the Chaos Divine Flame, he did not let his excitement get the better of him, so he asked Situ Ming and the other 2 celestial alchemists. If he wanted to bet with someone, he had to put something up, right? Chapter 28:17. You're right. Duan Lingtian's words were like a bucket of cold water that was splashed on Situ Ming and the others. After a few moments, Situ Ming gritted his teeth and said, Master Duan, at most we'll ask the sect to use the Duke-grade Celestial Method and the 2 Duke-grade Divine abilities as a bet. After all, with your insane heating speed, you'll definitely win if you compete with others in heating cauldrons. At most, you can share the other Duke-grade Celestial Methods and Divine abilities with the sect. This is a good thing for the sect as well. Situ Ming said. That's right. As soon as Situ Ming finished speaking, Yang Chong nodded in agreement. I believe that as long as Master Duan demonstrates his cauldron heating speed in front of the sect leader, the sect leader will definitely agree to this matter. Let's take a step back and assume the sect is willing to use the Duke-grade Celestial Method and the 2 Duke-grade Divine abilities as a bet. Even if Master Duan loses the bet, the Duke-grade Celestial Method and the 2 Duke-grade Divine abilities will still belong to the sect. Yang Chong said. In the Devata realms, those who had comprehended a celestial method or divine ability to its peak would be able to inscribe the celestial method or divine ability on a memory celestial talisman for others to comprehend. In the Tai celestial sect, apart from the memory celestial talisman given to Duan Lingtian by the sect leader of the Tai celestial sect, there were many spare memory celestial talismans for the celestial method and the 2 divine abilities. Even without the spare memory celestial talismans, let alone the 8 trigram celestial duke of the Tai celestial sect, Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai celestial sect, had comprehended the celestial method and the 2 divine abilities to its peak. If we win, the sect will be able to obtain a Duke-grade celestial method or divine ability that has both offensive and defensive attributes. Yang Chang's eyes shone brightly when he spoke. If I want to bet a double-trait Duke-grade celestial method or divine ability, I'm afraid I'll have to use the sect's Duke-grade Celestial Method and 2 other Duke-grade Divine abilities together, right? Duan Lingtian asked. Of course. Situ Ming said matter-of-factly, a Duke-grade Celestial Method or Divine ability that has both offensive and defensive attributes. If you only have 2 Duke-grade Celestial Methods or Divine abilities, no one will bet with you. At least 3 Duke-grade Celestial Methods and Divine abilities. Yes. Duan Lingtian nodded. He could understand. After all, immortal methods and divine abilities that had both offensive and defensive attributes were not something that a single immortal method or divine ability could compare to when compared to immortal methods and divine abilities of the same level. For example, for the same person, it would take 10 years to fully comprehend a movement-type immortal art or divine ability, as well as an offensive-type immortal art or divine ability, for a total of 20 years. If he were to study immortal spells and divine abilities of the same level, it would only take him 15 years at most. But spending 20 years and 15 years would result in the same increase in strength. Under such circumstances, the value of an immortal method or divine ability that had both attack and speed was naturally incomparable to a single immortal method or divine ability of the same level. Go. Let's look for the sect leader. Yu Zhongjing said without hesitation. Duan Lingtian and the others who had just left the residence of Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai celestial sect, suddenly turned around. Alchemists, what are you doing? Bai Ping asked in confusion when he saw Duan Lingtian and the others had returned. Sect leader. Situ Ming was the first to step forward and said, It's like this. Situ Ming told Bai Ping about Duan Lingtian's plan to participate in the alchemy conference 2 years later. He also told Bai Ping about their plans. Immortal methods and divine abilities that have both offensive and defensive attributes? Even Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai celestial sect, felt his breathing quicken when he heard the 2 celestial methods and divine abilities. In the wasteland, only the 3 major celestial sects, including the Tai celestial sect, possessed Duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities. However, the 3 major celestial sects only possessed 1 Duke-grade celestial method and divine ability. He did not have any Duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities that were both offensive and defensive, or offensive and speedy. For this reason, even Bai Ping could not help but feel excited when he heard there was a chance to obtain the 2 Duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities. Master Duan, are you really confident? Bai Ping asked solemnly as he looked at Duan Lingtian, sect leader. Before Duan Lingtian could reply, Yang Chong said bluntly, Although you're not a celestial alchemist, you should know how long it takes prominent celestial alchemists to heat their cauldrons, right? Yes, I do. Bai Ping nodded. Among the prominent celestial alchemists in the wasteland, alchemist Xiao Yuchan from the Thousand Spiders celestial sect is the fastest in heating cauldrons. It seems like he only needs 8 hours to heat up a prominent celestial pill cauldron. After that it's Alchemist Yu's turn? Alchemist Yu, your heating speed seems to be around 8.5 hours? Bai Ping looked at Yu Zhongjing. That's right. Yu Zhongjing nodded. If it was before he witnessed Duanling Tian's cauldron heating speed, he would definitely be conceited and proud when he heard Bai Ping's words. However, at this moment he did not feel proud at all. This was because Duanling Tian was a freak who only needed half an hour to heat up a cauldron. Since the three of you are so confident in your heating speed, I'm sure you only need 6 hours to heat up a cauldron, right? After Yu Zhongjing nodded in response, Bai Ping shifted his gaze to Duanling Tian again. His eyes were filled with anticipation. Before Duanling Tian appeared, Xiao Yu-chan from the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect was the fastest prominent celestial alchemist in the wasteland who only needed 8 hours to heat up a cauldron. However, Xiao Yu-chan's heating speed could only be considered the fastest in the wasteland. Compared to the surrounding regions, it wasn't much. In Bai Ping's opinion, unless Duanling Tian's heating speed did not exceed 6 hours, it would be difficult for Duanling Tian to be the fastest prominent celestial alchemist in the surrounding regions. 6 hours? Upon hearing Bai Ping's words, Duanling Tian was stunned. At this moment, Duanling Tian only had one thought in his mind. Is sect leader Bai Ping scolding me? On the other side, the other three prominent celestial alchemists from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, Situ Ming Yang Chong, and Yu Zhongjing, felt their lips twitch when they heard Bai Ping's question to Duanling Tian. What? Master Duan's heating speed is more than 6 hours? When Bai Ping saw the stunned expression on Duanling Tian's face and the twitching expression on Situ Ming and the other two's faces, he thought Duanling Tian must have imagined things too well. Before Duanling Tian and the other two prominent celestial alchemists could reply, Bai Ping smiled wryly. You can't heat up more than 6.5 hours, right? Bai Ping looked at Duanling Tian eagerly after he finished speaking. Swoosh. Duanling Tian raised his hand and took out his prominent celestial pill cauldron. He began to refine the pill. The pill he was going to refine was none other than the overarching heaven pill. Upon seeing Duanling Tian's actions, Bai Ping naturally knew Duanling Tian was going to show him the heating speed of the cauldron. Bai Ping did not say anything and continued to watch Duanling Tian intently. He's heating the cauldron now. After a while he saw Duanling Tian taking out a gray prominent celestial fire and heating the cauldron. Half an hour later. Ichem? Bai Ping, who was watching Duanling Tian heating the cauldron, was confused when he saw Duanling Tian had stopped heating the cauldron. Moreover, Duanling Tian had even taken out the herbs he needed to refine the pill. What's going on? Half an hour? That's impossible, right? Even if Master Duan is trying to trick me, there's no need for him to stop heating the cauldron after half an hour, right? It's impossible for him to refine the pill. Bai Ping shook his head. He felt Duanling Tian had given up on refining the pill. When Bai Ping saw Duanling Tian refining a cauldron of prominent celestial pills, the overarching heaven pills, his expression froze. A hint of disbelief could be seen on his face when he saw Duanling Tian refining a cauldron of prominent celestial pills. How's this possible? He only heated the cauldron for half an hour, and he successfully refined the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill. Heavens? Am I dreaming? Although Bai Ping was the sect leader of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect and had seen many things in his life, he was still shocked. For a moment he even wondered if he was dreaming. A moment later, after confirming that he was not dreaming, a look of ecstasy appeared on Bai Ping's face. Master Duan. Bai Ping stared at Duanling Tian with bright eyes as though he was looking at a precious treasure. You'll be participating in the alchemy conference in 2 years. You can do whatever you want with the Duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect. Thank you, sect leader. A smile appeared on Duanling Tian's face. He finally had something he could use as a wager for the alchemy conference in 2 years. Although he could also use the king-grade celestial weapon he obtained from the little world, he could not reveal it to the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland. Otherwise, the lie that he gained nothing in that small world would be exposed without him having to do anything. Situ Ming Yang Chong and Yu Zhongjing were not surprised by Bai Ping's agreement. However, they still smiled. Master Duan, I'll go see the old ancestor now. I'm sure the old ancestor will be willing to use the king-grade celestial weapon of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect as a wager as well. Chapter 28:18. Before Duanling Tian, Situ Ming Yang Chong, and Yu Zhongjing regained their senses, Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, vanished into thin air. Only his voice was left, echoing in the ears of Duanling Tian and the other 3. Master Duan, I'll go and see the old ancestor now. I'm sure the old ancestor will be willing to use the Tai Yi Celestial Sect's King-grade celestial weapon as a stake to support you. Listening to Bai Ping. It was obvious he was going to look for He Shan, the old ancestor of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, who was also the only 8-trigram celestial duke in the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, to inform him that Duan Lingtian would be participating in the alchemy conference in 2 years and that he wanted to make a bet with someone. After witnessing the Duan Lingtian's insane heating speed, Bai Ping was filled with confidence in the Duan Lingtian. This, Yu Zhongjing was dumbfounded. I really didn't expect the sect master to have such a crazy side. Situ Ming smiled wryly. He had known the sect leader of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect for many years, but this was his first time seeing the sect leader of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect lose his composure. If I can bet a king-grade celestial weapon on top of 3 duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities, I can even bet a duke-grade celestial method or divine ability that has both offensive and defensive attributes. Yang Chong sighed. A triple-trait duke-grade celestial method and divine ability? As soon as Yang Chong finished speaking, Duan Lingtian's eyes lit up again. As mentioned earlier, the value of immortal techniques and divine abilities that were both offensive and defensive, as well as immortal techniques and divine abilities that were both offensive and defensive were far more valuable than a single immortal technique or divine ability of the same level. In fact, the value of an immortal technique or divine ability that had both offensive and defensive attributes was comparable to 3 or more immortal techniques or divine abilities of the same level. On the other hand, immortal techniques and divine abilities that were both offensive and defensive were more valuable than immortal techniques and divine abilities that were both offensive and defensive, as well as movement techniques and divine abilities that were both offensive and defensive. Even if a person had completely mastered an offensive and defensive immortal art or divine ability, he would still need to master another movement immortal art or divine ability. Even if a person completely comprehended an offensive and speedy celestial method or divine ability, he would still have to comprehend another defensive celestial method or divine ability. However, once he directly comprehended an offensive, defensive and offensive immortal technique or divine ability, he wouldn't have to comprehend another single immortal technique or divine ability, and he would be able to accomplish it in one go. On the other hand, for the same person with the same talent, it would take less time to comprehend a celestial method or divine ability that had both offensive and defensive attributes than to comprehend multiple celestial methods and divine abilities. It was just like how it was more efficient for a cultivator to comprehend an offensive and defensive immortal art or divine ability than to comprehend 2 divine abilities at the same time. Among immortal spells and divine abilities of the same level, the most effective ones were the movement techniques or divine abilities that had both offense, speed, and defense. The Supreme Sword Dao mental cultivation method that Senior Feng Qingyang left to me, the Sovereign Heart Sword, is equivalent to an earthly grade celestial method that has both offense, speed, and defense. Duan Lingtian had experienced the Sovereign Heart Sword, an earthly grade celestial method that was similar to an earthly grade celestial method. Naturally, he knew this celestial method was much better than a single celestial method. In fact, it was much better than a single celestial method. Although I'm the last one among the 3 of us to join the sect, it has been some time since I joined the sect. This is the first time I've seen the sect leader lose his composure. He doesn't look like a sect leader at all. Yang Chong shook his head with a bitter smile on his face. Well, it's understandable. Situ Ming said with a smile. After witnessing and confirming Master Duan's cauldron heating speed, the sect leader must have blind faith in Master Duan. Since he's sure to win, why didn't he make the bet bigger? Just as you said, if the sect has a king-grade celestial weapon, it's possible to win a celestial method or divine ability that has both offense, speed, and defense. Once the sect obtains a celestial method or divine ability that has both offense, speed, and defense, the sect leader will become the first person in the history of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect to obtain a celestial method or divine ability that has both offense, speed, and defense. His name will go down in the history of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect. This is very tempting to the sect leader. Situ Ming's words clearly explained the sect leader of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect's loss of composure. Master Duan. After Situ Ming finished speaking, he looked at Duan Lingtian and said solemnly, "The alchemy conference will be held in 2 years. During this time, I don't recommend you to comprehend the sect's movement duke-grade celestial method and offensive divine ability. After all, even if you comprehend the movement duke-grade celestial method and divine ability in 2 years, you won't be able to comprehend much of it. 2 years later, you'll be able to obtain a duke-grade celestial method or divine ability that's both offensive and defensive. In fact, as long as you're lucky, You might even be able to obtain a Duke-grade celestial method or divine ability that's both offensive and defensive. For this reason you can focus on alchemy for the next 2 years. You can use the rest of the time to cultivate. Situ Ming earnestly advised Duanling Tian. That's how it should be. Yu Zhongjing nodded in agreement with Situ Ming's words. That's how it should be. Yang Chong nodded at Duanling Tian as well. Instead of wasting time on meaningless things, why don't you focus on studying alchemy? If you feel bored, you can calm down and cultivate. Once you've calmed down, you can continue studying alchemy. For the next 2 years, Master Duan, if you have any questions about the Tao of alchemy, you can ask me. I'll definitely tell you everything I know. Situ Ming was the first to express his opinion. Same here. Yang Chong chimed in as well. Although Yu Zhongjing did not say anything, the way he looked at Duanling Tian was enough to explain everything. Thank you, alchemist. Duanling Tian quickly expressed his gratitude. Master Duan, you don't have to thank me. After all, if you're able to obtain a Duke-grade celestial method or divine ability that has both offense and defense, as revered elders of the Tai celestial sect, we'll be able to bask in the glory as well. Yang Chong said with a smile. Perhaps, Master Duan will be able to obtain a Duke-grade celestial method or divine ability that has both offense and defense. Situ Ming said with a smile. He was very optimistic. Yu Zhongjing's lips curled up into a smile as well. Duanling Tian's group of 4 waited for approximately half an hour before Bai Ping returned. Moreover, his face was filled with smiles. Sect leader, did the old ancestor agree? Seeing Bai Ping's happy face, Situ Ming already had an idea in his heart, but he still asked with a smile. He agreed. Bai Ping nodded with a smile. Then he looked at Duanling Tian and said, Master Duan, the old ancestor said he'll accompany you to the alchemy conference in 2 years. Firstly, he wants to see your skills in alchemy. Secondly, he wants to protect you. After all, you've won a valuable Duke-grade celestial method or divine ability. If you're not accompanied by a powerhouse, it's inevitable that some people will try to harm you. Bai Ping said. In that case, please thank the old ancestor on my behalf, sect leader. Duanling Tian hastily said. Naturally, he knew the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect did not only want to protect him but also wanted to see his alchemy skills. He was worried the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect would lose the king-grade celestial weapon along the way. After all, the king-grade celestial weapon was the only king-grade celestial weapon in the Tai celestial sect in the wasteland. It was extremely important to the Tai celestial sect. If the Tai celestial sect lost the king-grade celestial weapon, they would not be as powerful as before. After a few moments, Duanling Tian and the other 3 left after bidding farewell to Bai Ping. After bidding farewell to Situ Ming and the others, Duanling Tian and the others returned to his residence. Huan Er. When Duanling Tian discovered Huan Er was not cultivating, he told her everything that had happened. So, Brother Ling Tian, you're going to participate in the alchemy conference in 2 years? Huan Er's eyes lit up. She looked at Duanling Tian eagerly and asked, The alchemy conference will be attended by celestial alchemists from the wasteland and the other realms. It must be very lively, right? What? Do you want to join in the fun as well? Duanling Tian could see through Huan Er's thoughts. He shook his head and smiled. Can I? Huan Er asked. If Ling Tian was going to the alchemy conference alone, she was not worried Ling Tian would not bring her along. However, she heard Ling Tian's words. Not only would the 3 prominent celestial alchemists from the Tai celestial sect attend the alchemy conference in 2 years, but even the only 8 trigrams celestial duke in the Tai celestial sect, the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect, would attend as well. Huan Er, if you want to go, you can come with me. Duanling Tian said affectionately as he patted Huan Er's head affectionately. Previously, when Duanling Tian heard Du Fei's voice transmission in the little world left behind by the Celestial King, he could vaguely sense something was amiss. Although Huan Er was a rare Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox in the Phantom Fox clan, she was bound to become a thorn in the side of the Phantom Fox clan. Otherwise, Du Fei would not have warned him not to let Huan Er interact with the Phantom Fox clan. Moreover, Du Fei had also warned him. If anyone from the Phantom Fox clan found out about Huan Er's identity as a Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox, as long as they're not from the Du clan, they must kill them. Based on the relationship between Du Fei and Huan Er, it was not difficult for Duanling Tian to figure it out. The Du clan was one of the most influential forces in the Phantom Fox clan. It seemed like the other clans in the Phantom Fox clan were unwilling to let the Du clan become a Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox. Naturally, this was only Duanling Tian's speculation. Nevertheless, he could vaguely feel the helplessness Huaner's mother felt when she left her behind. After all, which mother would abandon their children? For this reason, after leaving the little world, Duan Lingtian had become even more protective of Huan. Huan wants to go. Chapter 28-19. Although the alchemy conference would be held 2 years later, it would not be held in the wasteland. Even if it was held in the barren land, it would still take 3 months to reach the Tai celestial sect's estate from the wasteland, even with the help of an 8-trigram celestial duke. Duan Lingtian learned about this a few days after he returned from Beiping, the sect leader of the Tai celestial sect. Situ Ming, the prominent celestial alchemist of the Tai celestial sect, had told him about this. Just like what Master Situ and Master Yang said, there's no need for me to waste my time on a single duke-grade celestial method and divine ability in the next 2 years. Since Duan Lingtian agreed with Situ Ming and Yang Chong, he did not waste any time on comprehending the duke-grade celestial method and divine ability. His thoughts had completely shifted to alchemy. If he had any questions he would ask Situ Ming, Yang Chong and Yu Zhongjing. Situ Ming, Yang Chong, and Yu Zhongjing had different areas of expertise in alchemy. This was a good thing for Duan Lingtian as well. It could help Duan Lingtian fill up his shortcomings in various aspects and make his alchemy Dao even more perfect. Half a year later. Master Duan, not only is your prominent celestial fire enviable, but your innate talent in the Dao of alchemy is also enviable. There's nothing else I can teach you for now. Situ Ming smiled wryly at Duan Lingtian. Me too. Yang Chong smiled wryly at the side. A bitter smile also appeared on Yu Zhongjing's face. Although they had seen Duan Lingtian's talent in alchemy before, they felt as though they had seen Duan Lingtian's talent in alchemy in the past 6 months. After all, Duan Lingtian's talent was only the tip of the iceberg. Now that Duan Lingtian had shown his true talent, they felt embarrassed. No matter what, thank you for your help all this while. I, Duan Lingtian, will remember this kindness in my heart. Duan Lingtian said solemnly. Although Situ Ming and the others had said that they were willing to help him because they wanted to comprehend a triple-trait duke-grade celestial method or divine ability, Duan Lingtian knew that they were willing to help him because they wanted to comprehend triple-trait duke-grade celestial methods or divine abilities. However, Duan Lingtian knew they were just casual words. Based on their achievements in the Tao of alchemy, if they insisted on pursuing the celestial martial Tao, they could join a sect that was stronger than the Tai celestial sect. They could even join a sect that had both offensive and defensive celestial methods and divine abilities. As long as one stayed in a sect for a period of time and made some contributions, the sect would definitely be willing to teach them duke-grade immortal methods and divine abilities that were both offensive and defensive, as well as offensive, defensive, and offensive. However, they did Duan Lingtian. This meant they were not interested in Duan Lingtian's celestial methods and divine abilities. Moreover, before Duan Lingtian decided to participate in the alchemy conference and even before he entered the little world left behind by Du Fei, Situ Ming and the other two had already taken good care of him. Duan Lingtian could tell the three of them were only doing this because they valued talent. Even if the three of them were doing this because they thought he had a bright future ahead of him, Duan Lingtian was still grateful. At the very least, he did not think the three of them would benefit from helping him. After Situ Ming and the other two left, the reincarnation Emperor Wu is really a genius. During these 6 months, apart from learning from the three of them, I've also spent some time comprehending the memories of refining pills left behind by the reincarnation Emperor Wu. Duan Lingtian thought to himself. Duan Lingtian, and Duan Lingtian. After I've comprehended the memories of refining pills, it's as though I've been enlightened. Many of the things that had troubled me in the past have been resolved. Moreover, it's much easier for me to comprehend the things Master Situ and the others have taught me. Feels as though I've completely inherited the reincarnation Emperor Wu's talent in alchemy. Moreover, to a certain extent, it has even reached the level of the student surpassing the master. As Duan Lingtian muttered to himself, his eyes shone even brighter like 2 dazzling stars in the night sky. Duan Lingtian's words were based on the changes he had undergone in the past 6 months. He was not exaggerating at all. In the past, he only had his alchemy skills by relying on the rebirth martial emperor's alchemy memories. However, now that he had comprehended the memories of refining pills left behind by the reincarnation Emperor Wu, he had inherited the reincarnation Emperor Wu's talent in alchemy. In fact, he had even surpassed the reincarnation Emperor Wu's talent in alchemy. Now, the way he viewed everything related to alchemy was completely different from before. This feeling of being in control is really good. Duan Lingtian closed his eyes slightly as an intoxicated expression appeared on his face when he thought about his comprehension of the Tao of alchemy. In the past, when he studied alchemy and refined pills, he felt a little helpless. However, at this moment, his body and mind were one. Perhaps I can finally be considered a true prominent celestial alchemist, Duan Lingtian thought to himself. There's still 1 year and 3 months before I have to leave for the Barren Land to participate in the alchemy conference. After a while, Duan Lingtian opened his eyes. Although Master Situ and the others can't teach me anything, according to them, there are many books on alchemy in the Tai Celestial Sect's library. Soon after, Duan Lingtian came up with a plan. He would study alchemy on his own to further improve his knowledge. Apart from that, he would cultivate. Now that he was a yellow rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial, the cultivation environment on the Tai Celestial Sect's prominent celestial island was no longer sufficient to provide him with the heaven and earth spirit energy. With the help of the divine crystal and the endless supply of overarching heaven pills, Duan Lingtian's cultivation speed was comparable to when he was a great overarching golden celestial. He was 60% confident he would be able to break through and become a profound rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial before he left for the alchemy conference in the Barren Land. As Duan Lingtian busied himself, he could not help but feel a little puzzled. It's been so long. Why isn't Brother Pei here yet? 3 months later, Duan Lingtian finally decided to leave the Tai Celestial Sect and head to the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom to look for Long Fei Yun, the 13th Prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, to ask if Pei Yuanji had returned to the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. I might as well visit the 13th Prince. It's been a long time since I've seen him. Duan Lingtian was certain Pei Yuanji had not returned to the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom yet. Otherwise, it was unlikely Pei Yuanji would not come looking for him. Nevertheless, he still decided to make a trip. After learning that Duan Lingtian was leaving the Tai Celestial Sect, Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai Celestial Sect, called Tai Tai He, the former left guardian of Dharma and the current supreme elder of the Tai Celestial Sect, Tai Tai He, over. Elder Tai, Master Duan is going to the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. Go with him and make sure he returns safe and sound. Bai Ping instructed Tai Tai He to escort Duan Lingtian back to the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom after Duan Lingtian was done with his business. In the past, no one in the Tai Celestial Sect had ever received such treatment. A 7-star Celestial Duke would personally escort Duan Lingtian back and forth. Duan Lingtian was the first person in the Tai Celestial Sect to receive such treatment. Master Duan, I've wanted to visit you for a long time, but I was worried I'd disturb you so I didn't pay you a visit. After leaving the Tai Celestial Sect's estate, Tai Tai He said to Duan Lingtian, Elder Tai, there's no need for you to be so polite with me. After all, you're the one who introduced me to the Tai Celestial Sect. Duan Lingtian shook his head when he heard Tai Tai He's words. Then he asked, Elder Tai, is there anything I can help you with? It's nothing much. I just heard from the sect leader that you'll be participating in the alchemy conference in the Barren Land in a year's time. Moreover, the old ancestor will be going as well. Tai Tai He's eyes glinted as he continued to say, Moreover, I also heard from the sect leader that you only need half an hour to heat up the prominent celestial pill cauldron. What? You don't believe me? Duan Lingtian asked with a smile. It's not that I don't believe you, but I find it unbelievable. Tai Tai He said with a bitter smile, putting aside the fact that I wasn't there when you first met Master Situ and displayed your pill forging skills, even the sect leader who was there couldn't verify it. The sect leader must have seen you heat up the cauldron that time, right? But even so, he still suspected that the reason why you were able to heat up the cauldron so quickly was because you were prepared. Tai Tai He said. Prepared beforehand? At this moment, Duan Lingtian recalled something. Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai Celestial Sect, was present when he met Situ Ming and the others. He had witnessed the entire process of Duan Lingtian refining the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill. During that time he had witnessed Duan Lingtian's heating speed. Duan Lingtian had forgotten about this. However, now that Tai Tai He mentioned it, he finally remembered. Duan Lingtian could not help but feel puzzled. Since sect leader Bai Ping had seen him refine pills and heat up the cauldron, why did it seem like he was unaware of Duan Lingtian's heating speed? After listening to Tai Tai He's words, Duan Lingtian finally understood. As it turned out, sect leader Bai Ping thought Duan Lingtian had heated up the cauldron in half an hour because he had cheated. Moreover, that was not his true heating speed. I didn't expect the sect leader to think that way. No wonder Master Situ and the others asked me to demonstrate my heating speed in front of the sect leader. It seems like they've seen through the sect leader's doubts as well. Duan Lingtian shook his head with a wry smile on his face. He had always thought sect leader Bai Ping was a petty person. Chapter 28:20. However, after giving it some thought, Duan Lingtian felt relieved. This was because he remembered Duan Lingtian's words. When he first met Situ Ming Yangchong and Yu Zhongjing had said, "I'm not sure if you can refine a cauldron." Even the most powerful prominent celestial fire that Duan Lingtian knew would take about 5 hours to heat the cauldron. No wonder the sect leader asked me if I'll take more than 6 hours to heat the cauldron. It seems like he has taken Master Yu's words to heart. Moreover, he must have some understanding of prominent celestial alchemists. That's why he wants to confirm the time I'll take to heat the cauldron. Duan Lingtian thought to himself. After a while, Duan Lingtian regained his senses. When he saw Tai Tai's expectant gaze, he could not help but ask, "What? Elder Tai, do you want to witness it as well? Is it convenient?" Upon seeing Duan Lingtian had seen through his thoughts, Tai he felt slightly uncomfortable. "It's not inconvenient at all. It's only half an hour." Duan Lingtian smiled faintly. Then he raised his hand and took out his prominent celestial pill cauldron. He did not heat the cauldron immediately. Instead, he used an invisible force to guide it to hover in front of Tai Tai. "Master Duan, what are you doing?" Upon seeing this, Tai Tai was stunned. He did not know what Duan Lingtian was trying to do. "Elder Tai, can you confirm if I've heated the cauldron in advance?" Duan Lingtian asked bluntly. He wanted Tai to confirm that he had not cheated. "Master Duan, there's no need for that." Tai shook his head. "You didn't know I was going to watch you heat the cauldron. Naturally, you didn't prepare it beforehand." "You mean?" "When I first met Master Situ and the others, I knew I'd have to refine pills in front of them, so I cheated by heating the cauldron in advance." Duan Lingtian looked at Tai meaningfully. "That's not what I meant." Tai did not know how to respond to Duan Lingtian's gaze. "Elder Iron, you should confirm it." Duan Lingtian said, "That way you can rest assured." Hearing Duan Lingtian's words, Tai no longer hesitated. He reached out and grabbed the high-grade immortal artifact pill cauldron suspended in the void in front of him. Apart from using his hand to feel the temperature of the pill cauldron, he also extended his divine sense. Finally, he confirmed that this pill cauldron was ice-cold and had not been warmed up beforehand. "It's done." After confirming, Tai he released the pill cauldron and returned it to Duan Lingtian. "Apothecary Duan, I didn't mean to doubt you when I said those words. I just found it a little unbelievable." After returning the pill cauldron, Tai he glanced at Duan Lingtian with some embarrassment. From his words, it was as if he was afraid that Duan Lingtian would become angry, so he tried his best to explain. "I can understand." Duan Lingtian interrupted Tai. Then he stopped talking and summoned his high-grade celestial fire to heat the cauldron. Half an hour later, he stopped heating the cauldron and began to refine pills. When Duan Lingtian finished refining the prominent celestial pill cauldron, Tai he was certain Duan Lingtian only needed half an hour to heat the pill cauldron. "Apothecary Duan, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to doubt you." Tai he took the initiative to apologize to Duan Lingtian when he saw the truth. Duan Lingtian, who had just put away the pill cauldron, looked at Tai he deeply before the corners of his lips curled up slightly. "Elder Tai, based on my understanding of you with your character, you won't say anything even if you doubt me. Can you tell me? Why do you want to see me heat the cauldron?" When Duan Lingtian reached the end of his sentence, he looked at Tai with a penetrating gaze. "Apothecary Duan, Tai-Tai's expression froze when he heard Duan Lingtian's words. It took him a while before he calmed down. However, he still felt awkward, as though he had something to hide. "Guardian Tai, even if you don't say anything, I know the old ancestor asked you to test me," Duan Lingtian said bluntly. You know? He looked at Duan Lingtian in disbelief when he heard Duan Lingtian's words. He looked at Duan Lingtian as though he was looking at a monster. He was curious. How did Duan Lingtian know the old ancestor asked Tai to test him? "It seems like I'm right." When Tai he had an expression of shock and disbelief on his face. A smile appeared on Duan Lingtian's solemn face, as though he had succeeded in his scheme. You tricked me?" At this moment, he could tell Duan Lingtian was tricking him. He was speechless for a moment before a bitter smile appeared on his face. He knew that he had already sold out the one behind him. "Master Duan, please don't betray me when you see the old ancestor in the future. Otherwise, the old ancestor won't let me go." Tai he smiled wryly before he hurriedly greeted Duanling Tian again. He did not forget to defend the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect. Master Duan, I'm sure you can understand the old ancestor's actions. Although the sect leader vouched for you, the old ancestor has no choice but to be cautious when it comes to the sect's king-grade celestial weapon. I understand. Duanling Tian nodded. Indeed, he could understand the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect's actions. If he was in the old ancestor's shoes, he would have done the same. I don't mind. Elder Tai, let's continue our journey. All right. Tai he sighed in relief when he heard Duanling Tian's words. Then he led Duanling Tian away from the Tai celestial sect's estate and made his way to the soaring dragon celestial kingdom. Elder Iron. Along the way, Duanling Tian seemed to have recalled something. He looked at Tai he and asked, Guardian Tai, will there be celestial alchemists from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect participating in the alchemy conference next year? Speaking of which, I still don't know which province the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect is in, and I wonder if the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect is participating in the alchemy conference. Duanling Tian suddenly thought of this question. As far as he knew, the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect was not too far away from the wasteland. Otherwise, how could Zhou Shuqiu from the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect be friends with Murong Bing, a disciple of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect? The Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect is located in the General Region. The General Region participates in every alchemy conference. Apart from the General Region, the Barren Region, and the Wasteland, there's also the Cross Region, the Light Region, and the Shadow Region. Tai he replied to Duanling Tian's question. If everything goes as planned, the celestial alchemists from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect will definitely participate in the alchemy conference next year. Tai he looked at Duanling Tian and asked, Master Duan, why are you suddenly asking about the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect? Are you related to the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect in some way? Yes, we're related. Duanling Tian nodded. I wonder if she'll participate in the alchemy conference. A beautiful figure involuntarily appeared in Duanling Tian's mind. It was none other than Murong Bing, a disciple of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect whom he had slept with in a little world left behind by a celestial king from the blissful sect when he had just ascended to the spirit overarching heaven. Tai he was a 7-star celestial duke, so it did not take long for him to bring Duanling Tian to the soaring dragon celestial kingdom. Due to their speed, they did not encounter any obstacles along the way. Naturally, even if there were obstacles, with Tai he's strength, he could easily destroy them with a wave of his hand. In the imperial palace of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom. In the 13th prince's residence. Brother Duan. Master Duan. Long Fei Yun, the 13th prince of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom, could not help but feel excited when he saw Duanling Tian again. However, due to Duanling Tian's current status, Long Fei Yun no longer treated Duanling Tian as casually as before. Duanling Tian could sense Long Fei Yun's change in attitude. Duanling Tian sighed inwardly and did not say anything since he knew it would be pointless. In Long Fei Yun's eyes, he was the high and mighty chief celestial alchemist of the Tai celestial sect. Duanling Tian's words were enough to turn the soaring dragon celestial kingdom upside down. Long Fei Yun's attitude toward Duanling Tian was similar to when he was facing the mysterious Brother Pei. 13th Prince, have you seen Brother Pei again? This was the main reason Duanling Tian had returned this time. Due to this reason he did not beat around the bush. No. Long Fei Yun shook his head and asked, Master Duan, did you come back to look for Brother Pei? Ever since I met Big Brother Pei with you, I haven't seen him again. The servants I sent to clean his mansion haven't seen him either. It seems that Big Brother Pei has indeed been delayed by something and hasn't returned yet. Although Duanling Tian was mentally prepared, he could not help but sigh inwardly. 13th Prince, I heard you're now the crown prince of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom? Duanling Tian looked at Long Fei Yun with narrowed eyes and said bluntly, if you want to be the emperor of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom, I can help you. The soaring dragon celestial kingdom was not a high-rank celestial kingdom under the Tai celestial sect. However, with Duanling Tian's current status, it was easy for him to make Long Fei Yun, a descendant of the imperial family, the soaring dragon celestial kingdom, the emperor of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom. The martial dragon celestial sect behind the soaring dragon celestial kingdom would definitely respect Duanling Tian, the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai celestial sect. There's no need for that. Long Fei Yun shook his head. My father has told me that he'll pass the throne to me in 10 years. That's great. I don't want to inherit the throne so soon anyway. Long Fei Yun smiled. Thank you, Master Duan. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have become the crown prince of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom. In Long Fei Yun's opinion, Duan Lingtian had changed. His fate had been changed by the person in front of him. Chapter 28-21. After rejecting Long Fei Yun's invitation, Duan Lingtian left the soaring dragon celestial kingdom and returned to the Tai Yi celestial sect under Tai Taihe's escort. After returning to the Tai Yi celestial sect, Duan Lingtian continued to immerse himself in alchemy. Naturally, there were times when he encountered a bottleneck in alchemy. Whenever this happened, Duan Lingtian would stop studying the Tao of alchemy and focus on cultivating. He would cultivate the king-grade cultivation method, the Tai Yi profound method, to advance to the next stage, the profound rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial. In the following year, nothing major happened in the Tai Yi celestial sect or the wasteland. Everything was peaceful. Time flew by like a white steed flitting by a crack. In just a blink of an eye, a year had passed. It was also the day Duan Lingtian left the Tai Yi celestial sect and the wasteland to participate in the alchemy conference in the barren land. In a spacious courtyard, the door of one of the rooms suddenly opened. Following that, two people walked out of the room. They were a young man and a young woman. The young man was handsome with sword-like eyebrows and bright eyes. His otherworldly temperament made him seem like a gentleman. As for the young woman next to the young man, her figure and appearance were flawless. It was as though she was the Creator's most perfect creation. As soon as she walked out of the room, everything outside the room seemed to be overshadowed by her. Brother Lingtian, are we going to look for sect leader by Ping now? After walking out of the room, the lovely lady dressed in white looked at the man beside her and asked with a smile. She was even more beautiful when she smiled. The white-clad woman was none other than Huan who had been in closed-door cultivation for a long time. As for the man next to her, he was, naturally, Duan Lingtian. Yes. Duan Lingtian nodded slightly. The sect leader and I agreed to meet at his place at noon today. It's about time. Duan Lingtian looked up at the sky when he finished speaking. The scorching sun hung high in the sky. Judging from the position of the scorching sun, it would be noon in about a quarter of an hour. Oh, right. Duan Lingtian suddenly thought of something. He looked at Huan with a burning gaze and asked, Huan, have you made a breakthrough in your cultivation base? Previously, she was an earth-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial. If he made a breakthrough, he would be a heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial. Although Duan Lingtian had been cultivating in the same room with Huan for more than a year, Huan was always in closed-door cultivation whenever he entered the room. He had never taken the initiative to wake her up. It was only today that he took the initiative to wake Huan up and prepare to head to the barren land to participate in the alchemy conference. For this reason, he did not know if she had made a breakthrough or not. I broke through 2 months ago. Huan smiled faintly. 2 months ago? Duan Lingtian's eyes lit up as he congratulated Huan. Huan, congratulations. You've become stronger again. Brother Lingtian, you're making fun of me again? You know my current strength is lacking in celestial methods and divine abilities. Although I've become a heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial, I'm still weaker than most heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestials. Huan could not help but sigh when she reached the end of her sentence. Although there were many high-grade celestial methods and divine abilities in her inherited memories, her comprehension of these celestial methods and divine abilities was not deep enough. Therefore, she could not unleash the full power of these celestial methods and divine abilities. In fact, she was not even comparable to Duan Lingtian in terms of celestial methods and divine abilities. For this reason, although she had become a heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial, her strength was still weaker than most heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestials due to her lack of celestial methods and divine abilities. In fact, she might not even be a match for some earth-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestials who were outstanding in their celestial methods and divine abilities. Huan, think about how old you are now. Duan Lingtian smiled wryly when he heard Huan's words. Then he comforted her. Moreover, with your innate talent, you'll be able to raise your celestial methods and divine abilities in no time if you focus on comprehending them. You should focus on comprehending celestial methods and divine abilities for the time being. If you encounter a bottleneck, you can continue to cultivate and raise your cultivation base. Duan Lingtian gave Huan a suggestion. All right, I'll listen to you, Brother Lingtian. Huan nodded obediently. The affection in Duan Lingtian's eyes deepened when he saw how obedient she was. It's almost time. Let's go and look for the sect leader. Duan Lingtian looked at the sky again. It was almost noon. He called out to Huaner before they made their way to the residence of Bai Ping, the sect leader of the Tai Celestial sect. Since they lived on the same prominent celestial island in the Tai Celestial sect's estate, it did not take long for them to arrive at Bai Ping's residence. After greeting Bai Ping and receiving a response, Zhang Xian entered the manor. When Duan Lingtian and Huan entered the main hall of Bai Ping's residence, the three prominent celestial alchemists of the Tai Celestial sect were already there. Master Situ, Master Yang and Master Yu. Since Situ Ming Yang Chong and Yu Zhongjing had helped him wholeheartedly, Duan Lingtian treated them as his seniors. After greeting Bai Ping, he quickly greeted the three prominent celestial alchemists as well. In fact, he even humbled himself when he greeted the three prominent celestial alchemists. After all, he did not lower himself even when he was in front of Bai Ping. Naturally, Bai Ping, who was standing at the side, noticed this as well. However, he did not mind since he knew the reason Duan Lingtian treated the three prominent celestial alchemists so respectfully. He knew Duan Lingtian was both a teacher and a friend of the three prominent celestial alchemists. Master Duan, Miss Huan, Situ Ming and the other two prominent celestial alchemists quickly greeted Duan Lingtian. At the same time, they also greeted Huaner, who was standing next to Duan Lingtian. We're still missing one person. After greeting the three prominent celestial alchemists, Duan Lingtian glanced at the main hall and discovered there was no one else present. It seems like the old ancestor hasn't arrived yet. There were 6 people from the Tai Celestial sect who had come to the wasteland to participate in the alchemy conference. Currently, 5 of them had arrived. Only one person was missing. That person was none other than the only 8 trigram celestial duke in the Tai Celestial sect. He was also the old ancestor of the Tai Celestial sect. 4 prominent celestial alchemists. Please wait for a moment. The old ancestor should be here soon. When Bai Ping saw the old ancestor had yet to arrive, he began to console Duan Lingtian and the others. If Duan Lingtian and the others were elders of the Tai Celestial sect, there was no need for him to console them. After all, the elders of the Tai Celestial sect were all juniors of the old ancestor. It was only right for juniors to wait for their elders. However, there was a problem. Duan Lingtian and the others were only revered celestial alchemists of the Tai Celestial sect. They were free to leave at any time. Moreover, the Tai Celestial sect had no reason to stop them from leaving. If news of the Tai Celestial sect stopping them from leaving and forcing them to stay in the Tai Celestial sect, no one would dare to accept the Tai Celestial sect's invitation in the future. It doesn't matter. Situ Ming shook his head and smiled when he heard Bai Ping's words. Since the old ancestor isn't here yet, the 3 of us can discuss the Tao of Alchemy with Master Duan. Over the past year, under Master Duan's guidance, our comprehension of the Tao of Alchemy has improved a lot. That's right. Yang Chong nodded. Then he looked at Duan Lingtian and said with a smile, Master Duan, if you haven't improved in the past year, I'm afraid you'll have to learn from us for a while. Although Yu Zhongjing did not say anything, he looked at Duan Lingtian with a smile on his face. His eyes were filled with anticipation. However, after about half an hour, Situ Ming and the others could no longer bring themselves to smile. In just half an hour, Duan Lingtian, Situ Ming, and the other 2 prominent celestial alchemists discussed the Tao of Alchemy with each other. Every word they said was like a sword that pierced through the hearts of the 3 prominent celestial alchemists. This half an hour was torture for the 3 prominent celestial alchemists as well. This was because they were shocked to discover that, in just 1 year, Duan Lingtian's achievement in the Tao of Alchemy had left them far behind. In fact, they did not even have the right to eat his dust. Bai Ping stood at the side. Apart from shock, there was only shock left on his face. In the past, after he confirmed Duan Lingtian's speed in heating cauldrons, he had purposely looked for Situ Ming and the other 2 prominent celestial alchemists to learn more about Duan Lingtian. He found out that Duan Lingtian was only good at heating cauldrons. He was weak in other aspects and was even inferior to them. More than a year ago, he heard from Situ Ming and the other 2 prominent celestial alchemists that Duan Lingtian's achievement in other aspects had caught up to them. They did not even have anything to teach Duan Lingtian and were no longer qualified to guide Duan Lingtian. However, today in just half an hour he realized how terrifying Duan Lingtian was. His innate talent in the Tao of Alchemy was terrifying. Master Duan, more than a year ago I had a feeling that you were suddenly enlightened. Your already shocking innate talent in the Tao of Alchemy seemed to have received a heaven-defying boost overnight. Situ Ming looked at Duan Lingtian with a shocked expression on his face. Initially I thought it was an illusion, but now I'm certain it's not an illusion. That's right. Yang Chong nodded in agreement. The shock on his face did not disappear as well. Master Duan, your current skill in the Tao of Alchemy is definitely top-notch among the prominent celestial alchemists in the 6 southeastern regions. Based on this, one could see how high Yang Chong's evaluation of Duan Lingtian was. I've spoken to the person who won the first place in the alchemy conference. Even the first place in the prominent celestial alchemist conference isn't as good as you, Master Duan. You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Adventures YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.